If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let...
Welcome to Seneca Indians Football, live on kneo.org and delayed on KNEO 91.7 FM. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You are now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. This is your home for every sack.
Flushed out of the pocket. Roman Miller's going to get to it, taken down for a loss. The freshman comes up with a sack back at the 21-yard line.
Interception.
Calavich is trying to set up the screen. The Indians snuff it out. Calavich is going to scramble and is going to be picked off by Jackson Mars at the 38-yard line.
And touchdown.
Hoover looks over the defense. He's going to look to pass. He's going to look for the home run ball. He's got Altick wide open at the 20-yard line. At the 10, he makes a cutback. 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Ethan Altick.
Now let's join Seth Wilson, Ben Walcott, and Daryl Harbaugh live on
football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. I'm Seth Wilson. We're in Lamar, Missouri, where the Indians are getting ready to take on the Tigers. A rematch of last year's Class II semifinal, state semifinal. Of course, everybody remembers that game. We won't talk about it a whole lot. Kind of a sore subject for us Seneca fans. Anyway, Seneca comes into tonight with a 3-0 record. Winners over Aurora Catholic and last week defeating Cassville. 143 points to 0 points on the season for the Seneca Indian football team. Lamar comes in with a record of 3-0 also. Winners over Marshfield in week 1, 68-14. Logan Rogersville in week 2, 34-14. And they defeated Monette last week by a score of 40-7. It's a nice night for football. Weather doesn't get much better than this for a September night. Not too hot, not too humid. It's going to be a great game tonight. I'm joined by Ben Wilcott and Coach Daryl Harbaugh. Ben, we know last year's contest, Seneca winning at home in week 4, 36-33, and then losing in Class II semifinals, 56-14. Should be a fun matchup tonight.
Yeah, I think, we've been talking all week, and I think it's been more the fans talking than the players and coaches talking. Players and coaches are just telling their guys, it's week 4. You're still kind of in the first half of the season, but it's a fun one for us fans and coaches to get to talk about here this evening. And Seneca, we talked about last year. Seneca was, Lamar was looking for revenge in the semifinal. Seneca will be looking for revenge in that, and they might have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here this evening.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hopefully not too much of a grudge match. Hopefully it doesn't come out to be a chippy game. Hopefully it's a good, clean game. Most schools are usually pretty good about that. Both these schools have high-class schools, and so I don't think that'll be an issue tonight, but it will be a game where Seneca, hopefully they try to get back a little bit even from last year's semifinal matchup. Coach, last year in that semifinal matchup, a lot of rain that may have hampered the aerial attack a little bit, but today's weather is great for football.
Yeah, can't get any much better. I don't know what is it, mid-80s or something, or maybe mid-70s, I should say. Just a touch of a south wind coming across the field, but it's absolutely perfect. The wind's going to die as soon as the sun goes down a little bit, and you can't get it any better than this.
Yeah, just the field is in great condition. I believe they had their turf installed about 2-3 years ago. I think maybe 1 year before Seneca had theirs installed. I was walking around on it a while ago doing mic check, and man, it's just a nice, solid surface for these teams to play on tonight. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 2-minute break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
He's going to catch this one.
The news offers regular reminders that there is no peace in this world. But while real peace may not be possible on a global scale, Billy Graham says it is possible within your heart.
The Bible teaches that we're going to confront harsh realities. Well, some of you will say, well, it won't happen to me, but it will sooner or later. because there comes a time when we all suffer. But in the midst of whatever it is, Christ is with you if you know him. He said, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. There's the peace of God if you have peace with God. That's yours. Christ is with us in the midst of our troubles and our difficulties and our hardships.
We can tell you more about the unshakable peace that God offers you at findpeacewithgod.net. Findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And welcome back to Lamar, Missouri. We're about 40 minutes away from kickoff here between the Indians and the Tigers. Let's recap last week. Seneca jumped out to an early lead and never looked back. They were up 30-0 at halftime. There was some controversy right before we went into the half as to whether the clock should have ran out before the half, as Seneca had the ball and was driving deep inside the Wildcat territory. Either way, they were able to get the job done last week, walking away with a 44-0 win. Last week we asked you, Ben, what would you focus on if you were an opposing defensive coordinator after Seneca's aerial attack showed up against Catholic? I think obviously with 2 games now with Hoover going over 150 yards, you, if you were a defensive coordinator, would have to give more respect to that aerial attack. What does this passing game do for your offensive game plan this week? Does it open it up to the run more, or do you think it's still more focused on stopping the run approach because you know Coach Hilburn is a run-first team type of mentality?
I mean, I think you still need to focus on stopping the run, but what that does is, like you said, you know, you got so many weapons on the outside, it's kind of pick your poison. And if you're one-on-one with Hearn or Altic, they got a very good chance of beating you. We saw that on the very first play last week. It was 1st and 5 because Cassville went up for an onside kick, missed it. Seneca had the ball at about the 48. They jump offside, so you're 1st and 5. It's basically a free play. And so they took a shot, and Altic had his guy beat by a couple steps, and Hearn threw a beautiful ball in there. So I think you always have to stop the run, because when you go to the passing game, 2 out of the 3 things that can happen are bad.
Talking about a little bit about the aerial attack last week, he was right on the money that first play. I don't think that was a scripted play. I think that was something that we're going to have a short field. They tried to onside kick it. We were able to recover. And Coach Hilburn said, well, why not? Let's just go for it. And they were able to connect on that pass first thing and put them up either 6 or 8-0. I'm having trouble recollecting whether the 2-point conversion was good. Either way.
I think it was good. I think it was 8-0.
Either way, so jumped out real quick on the Wildcats last week. Coach, 3 games, 0 points allowed by the Indians defense. We've seen the guys subbing in, Seneca running their base 3 defense. Last week we didn't see a whole lot of Probert, as he really wasn't necessarily needed last week for the defensive game plan. Nor have we seen much of Hagen Ginger on the defensive front. Do you see a lot more of the action up close than what we have so far this season, you being down the field? What do you think makes the defense so successful this year?
Well, speed. We've got speed at every position. We don't. That's what they did this year. They lined them up and said, okay, who's the fastest kids we have on the team, and how can we align them for defense? Because if you can get there, speed cures a lot of ills on the defensive side of the football. We're just getting to the football a little bit quicker.
Now, you talk about the speed. A lot of times when you have very quick guys, they're not necessarily going to be the biggest defensive linemen. So I'm going to jump ahead here a little bit on this question. With Lamar returning so many offensive linemen, how do you think that's going to pan out tonight, guys? Do you think it's going to be – they have so many big guys. Coach, go ahead.
Well, the thing about it is the first 2 weeks we ran a 3 front. Last week, just because of the offensive scheme from Cassville, we ran a 4 front. And that's because they like to do the option stuff like that. Lamar's not that much of an option team. They like to fake the handoffs, do the follow the pulling guards, and do the jet sweeps, counters, the quarterback counters away from the sweep. What they like to do. I would expect Seneca to see a 3 front tonight.
Okay. All right, we're going to send it back to the studio for a break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, Pro Lube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
Pro Lube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half-priced, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
From kickoff. And let's talk a little bit about Hoover. Hoover had not just a big game in the air, but also racking up to close to 100 yards on the ground last week. It's great to see this offensive progression since Coach Hilburn took over 2 years ago. They were learning Coach Hilburn's power spread offense whenever he came in. More of a running team than whenever he initially took over. What's been the biggest improvement you guys have noticed since him taking over in 2021 for his offense?
Well, you talk about it. I mean, this is the third year that Hoover's been in the system. You know, that first year you had Ethan Fritchie. He did a good job as a quarterback, but, you know, he probably was more a defensive back, linebacker that kind of got thrust into that role. Gavin Hoover has been a quarterback for 3 straight years for the Indians, and he's been able to progress each and every year, and you expect a lot of big things out of Hoover this year. And so far, other than maybe a pass, you know, or two at the beginning of the season, where even he's told Coach Harbaugh, you know, nerves got to him. He's been pretty accurate, and you expect the same kind of thing, not only tonight but throughout the rest of the season from him.
Yeah, the great thing is, too, behind Hoover, you've got a junior. Behind in Klaus. Then behind Klaus, you have Probert, sophomore. Then behind the sophomore quarterback, you have a freshman in Laughlin. And then you have an 8th grade quarterback. So the great thing is there's a stacked-up system of quarterbacks coming through, similar to what Lamar has. One man goes down. I think last week Lamar was running their 3rd-string quarterback. Was Wilkerson didn't even play an entire game. And then Hahn was also out last week for Lamar. So it's just next man up for them. That's kind of where Seneca is sitting in that position. They've got plenty of depth at that position. Coach, you have any thoughts on that? Okay.
Well,
go ahead.
No, it's just, hey, injuries happen.
Yeah.
Nicks and scrapes and stuff like that. It's just like Hagen, you know, Jamboree, or not Jamboree, week before the lawn chair scrimmage, he turned his ankle. Well, they've been kind of protecting him these first 3 weeks. I predict he might get a little bit more playing time tonight.
A little bit more involved this week, huh, Coach? Seneca by the numbers, 466 yards through the air so far this season, 865 yards on the ground, 3 turnovers, and 6 sacks. We will be back in 60 seconds.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
It's time for the blast from the past. Last week we looked at the team from 1976. This week we're going to look back at the team from 1991. Seneca started out that season on a convincing note, winning over McDonald County 33-0. They then followed that week 1 win, traveling to the border, across the border to Grove, Oklahoma, losing to the Ridge Runners 14-19. Weeks 3 through 10, they rolled teams. Monette 25-6, Aurora 26-10, Carl Junction 40-0, Mount Vernon 18-7, Cassville 32-12, Diamond 45-0. East Newton 46-6, and winding up the regular season, defeating Lamar 34-0. In the first round of playoffs, they were paired up against defending state champion Warsaw. The first play from scrimmage saw Jonathan Gott from Warsaw. He took the ball the distance and went out to an early 19-0 lead on Seneca. They tried to put Seneca away with a deep pass, and if I have my story correct, I believe it was intercepted by Cheyenne Cummings, and I think he may have taken it all the way back for a pick six. Seneca came back, won that game 30-25. Gott from Warsaw actually ended up going on to play at Mizzou, so he was a talented running back, and Warsaw also won the state championship in 1990. Moving on to round two, the playoffs saw Seneca going up against Willow Springs. No punts were used in that game, and Seneca won 14-6. Cheyenne Cummings had 245 yards on the ground, 142 of those coming in the first half. More impressively, they held Willow Springs to 30 yards in the first half. Cousins and Brown, two running backs for Willow Springs, had each rushed for over 1,100 yards that season, and Seneca held them to 29 and 34 yards that night. Willow Springs cut the lead to 14-6 with 5 minutes left to play. They stopped Seneca, a 3-and-out. The first play, I think, if I have my story correct again, Cummings came up with an interception to seal the deal. On to the semifinals. Semifinals had Seneca traveling to the big John Burroughs team out of St. Louis. It was a muddy game. Burroughs scored first in the first quarter. Seneca got on the board in the fourth quarter to make it an 8-7 game, took the lead, but Burroughs was able to answer, winning the game 13-8. Seneca finished 11-2 that season. All Big 8 first team. Center Charlie Huff, Eddie Snow, Travis Luce, and Cheyenne Cummings. Second team Big 8 offense, Matt Stolt, Garrett Lair, John Baker, and Thomas Kelly. On the defensive side of the football, Big 8 first team, Travis Smith, David Griffin, Jason Hembry, Jim Hoover, Troy McDaniel. Second team, Doug Frosser, Thomas Kelly, and Cheyenne Cummings. An honorable mention on defense and all conference was Mac Whitehead. Coach of the year in the Big 8, none other than the Tom Hodge. All-state team was Cheyenne Cummings, first team running back, Charlie Huff, offensive line second team, and Jim Hoover, first team linebacker. Seneca finished third in the final rankings that season. Coach Hodge said it was a great group of boys that really worked hard, just a really great group of guys that just understand football and understand how to work. Cummings had 2,185 yards on the season on 324 carries and scored 33 touchdowns. His rushing stats that season ranked him fourth all-time in Seneca history for a single season, second in touchdowns in the season. He finished with 5,227 yards and 64 rushing touchdowns for his career. We celebrate the team of 1991, one of the great teams of the past in the history of Seneca's tradition, pride, and class. When we come back from this break, we'll actually have a new segment for you tonight. It's called 60 Seconds with a Seneca Senior. We'll be back right after this.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is proud to sponsor local high school sports on KNEO. Sports Director Michael Amami and reporters Chaz Wright and Tashina Coleman have interviews, scores, and highlights weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report covers events from high school athletics to Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State and local community colleges. Proud to support local high school sports.
I'm here with Seneca senior football player Gavin Hoover, and we got 60 seconds with a senior Seneca football player. Number one, what's your most favorite sport other than football?
I would say basketball, just because I played it since I was a little kid, probably 5 years old.
All right. And what position would you like to play on the football team if you didn't play the position you play now, and why would you want to play that position?
Probably running back or wide receiver, just because I like running the ball, but I also like to play wide receiver to go up and make plays.
And what is your favorite food?
Probably peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Keeping it simple, the peanut butter and jelly. Okay, PB&J. What's your favorite hobby?
I think playing video games.
And who is your favorite sports team? This can be college or pro. Who's your favorite sports team?
My favorite NFL team is the Las Vegas Raiders.
And who is your favorite athlete right now?
My favorite athlete right now That's a tough one, but even though I'm not a Chiefs fan, I really like watching Mahomes just because he makes a lot of awesome plays and you can learn some stuff from him.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
I don't take it this year, but I really always liked history. I enjoyed taking history.
And what are your plans after high school?
I think that would probably depend on if I receive any offers to play football, but if I don't, I'm probably planning on going to a trade school and becoming a lineman.
And who is your biggest role model?
I would probably say my dad, just because I looked up to him and I know he works really hard every day to make sure I can play football and have nice things. So.
And what's your dream vehicle?
Probably a GT 500.
Okay. And lastly, what do you listen to, or do you listen to any music pregame? What's playing on your AirPods?
I listen to a lot of rap, but I like to switch it up sometimes on game day to some rock music. It's just classic for football games and gets you pumped up.
All right, there you have it. 60 seconds with a Seneca senior football player.
This portion of the game is sponsored by First Community Bank, with 2 Neosho locations, 111 East Main Street and 3005 Gardner Edgewood Drive. For personal or business banking services or for loan information, their phone number is 451-3222 or 451-2025 or online at firstcommunity.net. First Community Bank, where their slogan is, where community comes first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-455-9000 or online at ProLubeTireandAuto.com.
Modern pressures have produced a disease called anxiety. However, man has always been beset by worries.
Billy Graham.
Jesus said to men of all centuries, "Take no thought for tomorrow, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Many of you are filled with 1,000 anxieties. You can bring them to Christ by faith. He can bring peace to your soul, heart, and mind, and can help you solve your problems.
Bring your anxieties and all your cares to Jesus. He's ready to help you carry those burdens. You can pray with someone right now about this. Call us, 855-255-7729. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're here for you 24/7. The number again, 855-255-7729. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Cody Hilburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. Now here's Seth Wilson and head coach Cody Hilburn.
Cassville was your guys' toughest challenge yet so far this season, and yet you found a way to walk away with another shutout. Defensively, it seems like you guys have progressively gotten better since the start of the season. This last week, you allowed the fewest yards yet. After the game the other night, you said you guys go to work on the next week for about 30 minutes after the game is over, prepping for the next week. What are some other keys that have really worked out for you guys so far on the defensive side of the football this season?
Yeah, I think it's just we got a process that we stick with, and it starts with Coach Crane and our defensive staff, their breakdowns on Friday night and Saturday morning and through the day on Saturday. And then, myself and Coach Crane sits down after he's got the breakdown done on Sunday and get a chance to look at it and put things in place. And then we have our staff meetings on Sunday nights where we get everybody in here and really look at it, and it carries over to our team meeting Monday where we get the scouting report out and install our game plan. And our kids, year 3 here, they understand this process and how we progress each week with the install into Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday's practices, and they're doing a great job showing up focused every single day.
Offensively, you guys had the best aerial attack of the season so far. Hoover had a good game. He was doing even the little things right throughout the night, looking off safeties, play action, or scrambling when he had to. How have the film
sessions and his progress. How's his progress gone since you came into the program 2 years ago?
Well, when I got here 2 years ago, I don't know that we had a quarterback on the roster. When we got here and we broke up positions, and Gavin started to jog towards the receivers, and I had to bring him back. So from that time, I would say he's came a long way. He works so dang hard in all aspects of being a better player. He was about 150 pounds when I got here. He weighs 190 right now. So I just had him in the weight room, and he works every single day to be how he is. He's an extremely coachable kid. I don't have to walk on eggshells around him. He doesn't get his feelings hurt. He wants to be coached, and to see that payoff for a kid like that is awesome.
We saw Diego and Maya go down. Your offensive line has been doing a good job so far this season. Who looks to step in and fill that spot, and does it cause a lot of shifting in game plan as far as you guys' reps on the offensive line and defensive line?
Yeah, first I hate it for Diego. He was having his best game so far of the season. Our offensive line was really starting to gel. So you hate him going down, but every coach says it. But that next man up mentality. Don Brown was competing for that spot, kind of in the preseason there. So he's been getting reps there, and he'll be our guy, and hopefully he'll fit right in, and we won't miss a beat.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
This week, you guys are on the road. Go to Lamar. They're number 1 in Class 2. Seneca's number 3 in Class 3. Obviously, that's all for the media, for us and the fans. How has the focus been this week for you guys and for your team coming into this matchup?
Our focus all year has been extremely good, almost to the point where I want them to loosen up just a little bit. I thought we played extremely well against a good football team Friday night, and you bring the team together, and they're pretty subdued. They're just kind of staring at me like, what's next? And so, yeah, we've actually had to talk to them. It's okay to enjoy winning football games. It's not easy to do. Enjoy it and come in and get ready to go again Monday. And they did. They came right in. There wasn't any talk about last week. They were ready for the game plan, and they're ready to get started.
Offensively, we know they like to run a lot of shotgun from film. They've put out some 2 quarterback formations in last year for the first time in several years. Last week we saw them run some wildcat with the team changing formations so much. What does that do for your defensive prep work?
It's a challenge. They really want to spread you out and kind of clean the box so they can run the football. And they got a quarterback that weighs 190 pounds that is a physical runner. And it always seems like, you fit a play pretty good, and you think you held him, to 3 yards, and he leans forward, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 4. And so it's a challenge. You've got to tackle well, and you got to finish each play. But they've been running this system for a long time, and they're good at it.
Lastly, their defense comes in allowing just under 12 points per game. They seem to run a 4-man front a lot last week just to kind of clog up offensive lines, the offensive line's movement. What do you guys see from them on defense that's so stifling to opposing offenses?
For one, they returned 7 defensive starters off of last year's defense, which I think was one of the best in the state. So it's definitely a challenge, but I think you pegged it. It starts with their defensive line. They return all 4 of those guys, and they've got better from last year. They've got bigger, they've got stronger. They're just really good. And then you put an all-state Mike linebacker right behind those 4, and they keep him clean and allow him to run the alley and make lots of plays. So, yeah, it'll be a definite challenge for our guys up front.
You've been listening to the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and Numac Electric. We'll be back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
And welcome back to Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium here in Lamar, Missouri. We're just under 15 minutes away from kickoff between these two teams. Seneca returns to Lamar tonight. Their last trip here, probably one the Indians want to forget. It was a rainy, chilly Saturday afternoon for playoff football in the semifinals last year, but it's a different season. Some of the same players, a lot of the same players for the Indians, a lot of the same players for Lamar. Alex Wilkerson returns. He's at quarterback this year. Did a lot of running back, some quarterback last year, but he's back. The junior's now at a new position as he led Lamar last year. It's not new to the position, I should say, as he led Lamar over Nevada last year in the Silver Tiger Bowl. So he's definitely familiar running the quarterback position. Ian Googie returns on the outside as a receiver, very fast. I think he's a conference champion, the 100-meter run. So definitely a very fast receiver on the outside. And they return a lot of their offensive line. They run a lot of shotgun. We've seen them run Wildcat last week. Ian Googie, I think, had like a 40-yard touchdown run untouched against Monette last week out of the Wildcat. We've seen them run last year a two-quarterback system, something they hadn't done for several years, and they ran that against Seneca for the first time in several years against the Indians at home. Coach, we know who Lamar is. They're 8-time state champions. We know what they can do. They've already put up 68 points this season against Marshfield. If you're Seneca, what's your strategy to contain them as much as possible?
You got to bite the bullet and stop the run. Basically, you got to stop the run. You're going to play man-to-man on the receivers, and you're going to try to stop the run. That's if you can stop their running game, make them have to throw it. And they can throw it, and they can throw it well, and they got some good receivers. But like you said, you got to pick your poison sometimes. I would do it good to stop the run, because if you can't stop the run, you're not going to have a long night.
That's what they had last year that was just so successful in that postseason game. So many power plays where they're just pulling one guy, two guys, and just leading the way. And there was just all kinds of green for those running backs to run through. And so, I think you or I could have scored a touchdown. Some of those holes, those offensive linemen were open up in that playoff game last year. In the regular season Week 4 game, maybe a little bit of a different story. So hopefully they can use that as a little bit of motivation that they know that they can do that against this team. Defensively, they return 7 starters. Lamar does. One of the few teams in the area that can say they have that many returning, is a lot of people usually lose a lot of starters to graduation. Austin Wilkerson and Joel Beshore, both who played defensive back for Lamar last year. They've moved on now, actually playing for SBU up in Bolivar, Missouri. This team now, the Lamar Tiger defense, is allowing just 12 points per game, just under 12 points per game. Their defensive line returns all the starters from a year ago. You got Nance at linebacker. Coach Hilburn just talked about him just a second ago. We saw a Seneca team struggle to find rhythm last year in the playoff game. Ben, what's going to get them going tonight against this Lamar defense?
Run the football.
Run the football. Plain and simple, right? And you want to elaborate on that off for us, Ben?
I mean, we talk about one-on-one sometimes. Seneca, you and I were talking on the way here. They're averaging 7 yards a carry. But it's those one-on-one tackles that the past couple of years Jackson Mars has been able to eliminate, that he has to try and eliminate today. If he can get one-on-one with the safety and beat the safety, this Lamar team could be in for a long night, just because of the fact that you have both the running game and the passing game going. If you become one-dimensional, we saw it in their losses last year to Lamar and Nevada. If they become a passing team, the Seneca team is going to struggle.
Yeah, they've got to establish that running game early, get some, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I'm okay with that too. Put yourself in a third down and short situation, second down and short, whatever it may be. But they've got to get that run established against this defensive line, against this defensive unit that Lamar puts out on the football field. Special teams is also going to be a big factor in tonight's game. We usually don't talk about special teams a whole lot, but if you recall from last season, Lamar probably didn't have to punt their first 3 games. They had to punt against Seneca. Snap went over ahead of Alex Wilkerson, went into the end zone, and Jackson Mars beat the foot race to get to the end zone for a touchdown recovery there. And then the next time we saw Lamar run a fake punt. So they've got to be ready for both.
Yeah, well, and Seneca has blocked 2 punts in 2 straight weeks, so this Lamar team knows that, and they're going to be ready for anything that comes Seneca's way.
And then onside kicks. Seneca's had a pooch kick that they were able to recover. Last week, Cassville tried to onside kick it to start the game. Was it Springfield Catholic or was it Aurora tried to onside kick to start the game? So teams are trying any way they can to get a good head start if Seneca's going to be receiving the ball. And 2 times they've done it, and 2 times it hasn't worked out. For Seneca, they onside kick to start the second half against Aurora. It worked out. Ben called that one. He's inside Coach Hilburn's head. He's got it figured out what Coach Hilburn's going to do and decide to call out there in the field. But
I might just say I'm done after last week.
You're done after last week. Okay, very good.
Unless something really decides to call itself pretty easily, I don't know how I feel. I was doing pretty well. I don't want to ruin my average.
Time right now is 6:50. We're 10 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 60-second inspo break. When we come back, we'll have the coin toss for you and some starting lineups for you right after this.
A new era in local sports begins. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is where you'll find all of your local sports information. Join Sports Director Michael Imami and reporters Chaz Wright and Tashina Coleman every night. We cover Little League, high school athletics, Missouri Southern, and Pittsburgh State, along with countless community colleges in the 4 states. We cover it all. So whether you're a Chiefs, Cardinals, Eagles, or Wildcats fan, you won't want to miss the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
State champion team that comes in tonight, 3-0. Seneca about to make their way onto the football field. They're also 3-0, and we're about 7.5 minutes away from kickoff here in Lamar, Missouri. Keys to victory tonight, Ben, what do you have?
Well, we kind of touched on both of them. You got to be able to run the football and keep this Lamar offense off the field. And then the other thing is special teams as well, because it was 2 weeks ago when they faced Logan Rogersville. They blocked a punt. I think they had a pick 6 in there as well. And so you got to be wary about those fake field goals, fake punts. Last week against Monette, they ran a fake punt as well. And so you got to be ready and wary for anything that this this Lamar team is getting ready to go.
Yeah, they definitely have to be ready. Expect the unexpected tonight. Coach, what do you have for keys to victory tonight?
I think it comes down to our linebacking crew. Our linebacker crew's got to make their reads, watch the offensive line because they're going to pull where they're going to run, watch the creep, make their reads, and be able to make the tackle. And be able to break some, hit their seams, run to the daylight, make their tackles. If our linebacking crew can make tackles, then we should be. Then we have a chance to be in the ball game.
Last year, misdirection was the big thing in the playoff game. Nevada kind of showed the blueprint on how to beat Seneca, so you got to be wary of those reverse handoffs, misdirections, double handoffs, just to try and beat the Seneca team.
Well, if you remember, too, Springfield Catholic, very first play they ran from scrimmage, 23-yard pickup. I think they only ended up having 74 yards the whole entire night. 23 yards came on the first play. It was an inside handoff reverse, whatever you want to call it, where the wing back took it and ran back the other way. And so Yeah, have to be ready for those plays tonight. Key players, who do you have for us tonight, Ben?
Well, I think the defensive linemen, I'm going to steal one of Coach's that he normally does. Those linemen have to keep the guards and tackles occupied to let those linebackers flow to the football, like Coach always said. If you can occupy one or two of them, you got a very good chance of having a one-on-one shot, and Morgan Vaughn, Robin Miller, and Jackson Mars all have to have big games. And then offensively, Gavin Hoover, he's going to have a huge game tonight, running and passing for the Seneca team to pull out a victory.
I think you're right. They have to be able to block, not allow hold up Lamar's offensive line, not allow them to climb that second level, allow Roman, Mars, Morgan, whoever to be able to run the alleyways and clog up the run as quick as possible. Coach, we'll send it over to you for key players tonight.
Well, key players tonight is, man, oh, man. You guys have just about covered everything. But that offensive line, we got Don Brown starting tonight, first time he's started. They're going to have to pull together, and they're going to have to make some blocks. Big B and Don Brown inside on defense is going to have to be key to clogging that up and not get pushed back in the linebacker's way.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right there, Coach. Brian Bigby, the captain, as well as Ethan Altick, Jackson Mars, and Gavin Hoover for the Seneca Indians. We're still waiting for Lamar to bring their captains to the sideline. We're still about 4.5 minutes away. Right now they have number 79, Keaton Budd, standing there, as well as number 82, Trace Woolridge. We'll see if those guys end up being captains together. Woolridge standing there talking to Coach Beshore at this time. Some key guys to look out for the Lamar Tigers. Number 1, Ian Googie. Number 25, Logan Kish. Number 14, Cooper Hahn. Number 13, J.R. Romero. Number 10, Alex Wilkerson. And number 82, Trace Woolridge. Of course, they return a lot of offensive linemen as well, defensive linemen. Number 63, Jose Juarez. And number 56, Aiden Forrest. Number 62, Riddick Gordon. Number 69, Rourke Dillon. And number 77, Aiden Lovall. Those are some of those offensive linemen that return back that do such a good job for them. Coming out also for the captains tonight, number 1, Ian Googie, and number 3, Chase Query.
And Ian Googie is a name that probably sounds familiar in the
basketball.
Yeah, not only basketball, but I mean football-wise, he's been a force to reckon with as well for this Lamar team. If you come over and bring a safety over the top, you have to be able to tackle with the linebackers and the defensive linemen. If you leave them one-on-one on an island, if it's Altick or Hearn or whoever is over there, you have to be able to stay with him because he can burn you very quickly.
Countdown to kickoff sponsors tonight, People's Bank of Seneca and Predators Pharmacy. The referees are still waiting for it to be about 3 minutes before they walk on the field. Now they're going to do so, and there's also a host of gray shirts behind the captains. I guess it's the honorary captains are walking out on the field as well for the Lamar Tigers. I didn't catch who it was, what the special occasion was, but there's several. I wouldn't say they're young men anymore.
No.
Some of them look, well, I hate to say this, some of them look my age, so they're not.
It might be a state football
finalist, team,
or a state champion team that's out there as honorary captains for the Tigers. You know, it's 10 years ago from the 2013 team, so if you're doing 10 years, it could be them. We're just speculating. We didn't hear anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
As Coach Hilburn and Coach Beshore standing out there getting instructions from the referee tonight. And pretty soon they're going to shake hands, and they do that, and they're going to head back to their respective sidelines, and we'll have the coin toss for you momentarily, talking to Gavin Hoover, and he's going to go ahead and call that one before it gets tossed in the air.
If you win it, well, I don't think they won it, so it doesn't matter.
It looks like Seneca has won the toss, and they are going to defer to the second half.
I was just going to say, do you receive? But they deferred, so it doesn't matter what I think.
Seneca will be going left to right across your radio dial. They will be kicking off to Lamar. Seneca wearing their all-white uniforms, red numbering. Lamar in their all-black uniforms. They got a red stripe going down their pant and a red shoulder pad, and then their numbers are white as well.
Should be a fun one here this evening. A lot of excellent football being played here in Southwest Missouri. You got Joplin and Webb City. In Webb City, you got another Big 8 matchup that's big, about 20 miles north of us as Mack County heads to Nevada. Those two teams also could have a say in who wins the Big 8 West this year. And so the winner of both of these contests, this one here and the one in Nevada, have very good chance of clashing at some point here in the next 5 weeks for a championship.
That Joplin-Webb City matchup last week, Renfro was out and Gooch was out, and as well as their offensive lineman, I'm struggling for his name right now.
His name,
he's going to Iowa State. Anyway, 3 key players for Joplin were out last week, and I don't know if they're going to return this week. I know Webb City
is out.
Okay, Webb City is down 2 running backs.
Yeah, I know Renfro is out for sure for Joplin. Talking to Adam before he went, he wasn't sure if the quarterback Gooch was going to be in there or not.
Back deep to receive for Lamar, number 8, Eli Googie, younger brother of Ian Googie. And number 84, I believe it is, Aiden Sheet.
Do you pooch kick here?
I think you just kick it deep and just let your coverage team go downfield because they're expecting a pooch kick. They have basically 9 guys within 20 yards of the 50-yard line.
And you have not given up a point all year, so let your defense go to work.
Morgan Vaughn's got this one teed up for the Seneca Indians. Googie and Sheet back deep to receive for the Tigers. Vaughn's awaiting the go-ahead.
You got to wait for the 12 minutes to get on the clock.
They don't have a clock reset.
There you go.
And now we've got the go-ahead. He takes his steps, and it's going to be a low, short kick that's going to be fielded at about the 36-yard line, and he's going to be brought down immediately by Blake Hearn, Chase Quarry on the reception, on the kickoff. First down and 10 at the 41.
Well, that was a good job there by Altic to tackle him on the play and not let him get any more yardage.
First down and 10 from their own 41-yard line for Lamar.
Be wary of a misdirection play, I think, here. Some kind of funny trick to start the game for Lamar.
Cooper Hahn going to be in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun formation. Receivers, looks like they're going to send number 18 to the far side. That's going to be Adam Klusman. Going to send Kish in motion. It's going to be Hahn taking himself, makes the first man miss. First man there for the Indians was Roman Miller before Hahn can dive forward to the 45-yard line, so pick up a 4 yards. Second down and 6.
And it looks like this is their number 3 quarterback. Number 2 quarterback, Wilkerson, is not in there at the moment at quarterback.
Caden Klaus on the stop for the Indians. Roman Miller had a chance to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't quite wrap up on Hahn. Empty set this time for Hahn. He's going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be an inside handoff to number 12. He's going to be forced back inside by Klaus, and the rest of the cavalry's there for the Indians. And they're going to drive him backwards. First man there for the Indians was Klaus. And on the ball carrier for the Tigers, number 12, Carson Sturgill. Of course, younger brother probably of Cameron Sturgill, who's now playing for Missouri S&T.
Third down and short here for the Tigers. They've run a couple of those misdirection plays at the smaller end for Seneca. And right now, Brian Bigby is going to have to be big and try and clog up that middle. He's clogged it up a little bit, but has to be able to get through.
Hahn, empty set once again for him. He's going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be Hahn running to the right side, trying to get behind his big lineman. He's got a big opening there, still on his feet, breaking a tackle. And Blake Kern's going to pull him down just across the 40-yard line, enough for the first down to the 38-yard line.
And that's just student body right.
They had a big lineman, number 69, coming off the field. That's Rourke Dillon, lined up in the wing position. He was a lead blocker pulling around to that right side.
Yeah, you got it right, Ben. There's your student body right, student body left. Morgan Vaughn, had him wrapped up. He should have made that tackle about 15 yards further up, at least 10.
Hahn by himself. Going to send a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to him. He's trying to get to the outside. Lane Scribner trying to give chase. Caden Klaus going to trip him up from behind. Excellent job by Klaus. Looks like Scribner was drawing a double team, possibly being held. Only a 1-yard gain on the run for Sheet.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Klaus. He almost outran his pursuit there and didn't have the angle, but was able to get him just barely there at the end.
Ball's going to be placed at the 37-yard line, so a pickup of 1 on the play, second down and 9.
Yeah, they're trying to. It looks like they're keying on Scribner over there on the right side of defense, right side of our defense, running left.
Sheet going to be on the near side, Query on the far side. Hahn in the shotgun formation. Going to send Sheet in motion, and it's going to be a handoff inside to Sturgill. Sturgill makes one man miss. He's still on his feet. He's going to be upended by Ethan Altic. He's got enough for the first down to the 27-yard line, a 10-yard pickup.
Right now, their offensive line is just having their way with Seneca's defensive line. Bigby seems like he's getting some pressure, but they're getting those pulling guards and tackles.
Well, it's our first guys that are also missing them. They have him with just a 1 or 2 yard gain, and they're not wrapping up and taking him down. They've got to do a better job of that to have success in stopping this offense. Split out to the near side is Klusman. It's going to be Hahn straight up the middle. He's going to open to the right side. Vaughn's going to wrap him up and take him down. Vaughn was taking on a big old lineman as well. Number 77, Aiden Lovell, 5'9", 245. Vaughn was able to get rid of him and stop Hahn at the 23-yard line, pick up a 4. Second down and 6.
Yeah, they're doing Lamar's doing a good job of getting to Seneca's second level with their linemen, which leaves the safeties to get the tackles.
Empty set again, double wing back. Receiver's going to go in motion. And it's going to be an option play. Hahn's going to run it out. He's going to pitch it to his pitch man. Klaus is going to come up and take him down. Coming up to help finish him off for the Indians is Eli Olson as well. Klaus, the first man there.
It looks like he's right at the sticks.
I think he's got enough. Let's see where they mark his forward progress. They got him at the 17, and they're calling a first down. So he had to get 6 yards, and he got exactly 6 yards. So Sturgill getting the call on that play.
They're subbing late here, so we'll see if Lamar has to burn a timeout because they're just getting the play.
They have a lot of wristbands, too. They can all look at the wristband. They don't have to huddle up necessary. And they're going to call a timeout. We will step aside for 30 seconds. Be back right after this.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Welcome back to Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium in Lamar, Missouri. Opening minutes here of the first quarter, and Lamar is still on a drive here. They've got the ball sitting on the Indian 17-yard line. So far, they've run 7 plays, covering 37 yards. Looking at a first down and 10 at the 17.
All on the ground, too.
Yes.
Nothing through the air.
Lamar had trouble getting the play in. That's why they had to burn a timeout. Split out to the near side is Chase Query. Hahn in shotgun, double wingback formation with Kish and Sturgill. And Googie's going to check on late. And he's going to be covered up by Caden Klaus. Going to send a man in motion. It's going to be an inside handoff to Kish. And taking him down is the Seneca Indian defense. First man there, Nolan Napier, as well as Morgan Vaughn. Coming off with the helmet, number 56, Aiden Forrest for Lamar. Not sure what happened, but his helmet went flying as soon as that ball was snapped. Pickup of maybe 1 on the play down at the 16-yard line.
Good play by Napier sitting there. He stayed this time. He stayed on the backside. The guys pulled away from him trying to run misdirection, but he stayed home just looking for the reverse play.
Second down and 9, a pickup of 1 for Kish, his first carry of the night as well. Now they're going to go receivers to each side. Hahn, shotgun. Wingback formation, going to send a man in motion. That's Sheet. And it's going to be Hahn running to the right side. Lane Scribner's going to bring him down from behind. Good job by Lane Scribner, just run down straight down the line of scrimmage and wrap up Hahn. Maybe a gain of 1. We'll see where they mark his forward progress. They got him at just shy of the 15-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
See if Seneca can make it 4th down and long. Lamar hasn't sniffed a pass here. You have to be wary of a play-action pass in this situation.
They're going to go trips to the near side this time, and Seneca's got to get the personnel over there.
Got to watch a tunnel screen over here.
And it's going to be timeout. Looks like Seneca's going to burn a timeout as they were not prepared for that trips formation that Lamar had. We'll step aside for 30 seconds.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do. And for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. And if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Seneca True Value, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, ProLube Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District, and SGA Unlimited. So 3rd down and about 8 situation for Lamar. Ball placed on Seneca's 15-yard line. Lamar still on their opening drive so far, taking up 4 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock.
That last play, it looked like they were going to run a tunnel screen to Gugi, and Seneca wasn't ready for it. We'll see if they try and run something to Gugi.
And now they're going something. Gugi's off the field. Sheet is going to be in the slot position. 2 wingbacks, 1 receiver to the far side is Query. Hahn, shotgun, looking over the Seneca defense. Going to send Sheet in motion. And it's going to be Hahn running to the left side. He's going to get behind his big blocker. He's going to be wrapped up from behind. Penalty flag comes flying in the area of holding. Hahn able to get up to about the 11-yard line, and it is going to be a hold against Lamar. Penalty marker placed at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to take him back 10 yards.
To make it 3rd and 18 or 4th and 2, so you obviously take the penalty yardage.
About 4th and 3, I think, is where it would be at.
Yeah.
Be 4th and 5.
So now they're going to take it back from the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be about 4th and about
3rd down.
Oh, excuse me, 3rd down and a long way to go. Let's just put it that.
Yeah, it looks like 3rd down and about 16 or 7. They have 18, so we'll go with 18.
Yeah, maybe the line of scrimmage was at the 15. It was 3rd down and 8, so now it's 3rd down and 18.
Got to get to the 12.
And now Seneca should be looking for some sort of passing play from Lamar.
And where is
pass, tunnel screen?
Where is Gugi lined up?
Gugi's going to be lined up in. It's tucked in tight here. Hahn is going to throw, looking for the out route. That ball is going to be caught by Gugi, and he's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. Ethan Altick late coming over the top, ran just a little corner route, and he had Altick beat. Hahn put it right on the money for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice throw, nice play. He got in tight, and they lost track of where he was, and that was an open play there for the Tigers, as Altick was nowhere near him, as they are going to go for 1 here. Try and make it 7-0, as these are the first points Seneca has given up all year long.
On to kick the PAT, Jose Juarez. Kick is up, and it is good. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium, Lamar capitalizing on a long drive. They had a 3rd down and about a 15-18 situation, and they found Gugi wide open on a corner route. Not sure what happened there is a mismatch or a missed assignment, but either way, he was wide open, able to trot into the end zone untouched to make it 7-0 with 6:41 to go here in the opening quarter of play.
Yeah, he lined up basically in a tight end position, but standing up, and I think that confused the Seneca defense.
Yeah, they went a tight situation. You're exactly right, Ben. They had the trips before that. Seneca burned a timeout. They came back out in it with the next play. Didn't run that, and then brought Gugi back on for a pass play.
Watching a pooch kick here.
Back deep to receive for the Indians. Ethan Altick and Jackson Mars going to bounce over Altick's head for a touchback. It'll be 1st down and 10, Seneca.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also check out our scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from the games around the area as they're happening.
And there's a timeout for water. We'll step aside for 60 seconds.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Hi, this is Jamie Langford with Langford Insurance at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, Missouri. My wife Terry and I are proud to serve our local area, and we're also proud to support the Seneca High School Pride Marching Band. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office or call us at 417-776-LIFE or visit us at www.midaminsurance.com.
First play after the water break, Jackson Marr is going to take it to the left side. He has blockers set up in front of him, able to get to the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Indians on the 5-yard run by Jackson Mars.
Jackson Marr stuck his head down, tried to run over 18. I can't remember 18's name. I'm sorry. Tried to run him over instead of running around him. That's the last guy to beat.
Receivers each side this time for Hoover. Going to send a man in motion. That's Hearn. Handoff, Hearn, right side, trying to get blockers set up in front of him. He's going to be spun forward, and he's going to be right at the yard again. I think he's got enough because he had to get to the 30, and that's exactly what Hearn did on that carry. 1st down and 10, Seneca from their own 30.
And right now, I mean, 2 plays, but they run the ball. One kind of, H back in front of you and Vaughn, and then a stretch play. And that's kind of what you want to see if you're this Indian team, is try and show that you can run against this Lamar defense. Looks like they're coming out in a 4-3.
Trips formation for Seneca. 4-2 defense for Lamar. Handoff's going to be to Mars to the right side. He's got a blocker set up in front of him, but he was immediately, that gap just closed down real quick. Coming up for the play, number 69, Rourke Dillon, 6'1", 255 for Lamar. Just a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Not sure what happened in that play because the hole covered up very quickly.
Yes, it did. I think he pinched down. He saw that coming. He pinched down real quick.
Yeah, we didn't take care of the D tackle that time.
Shotgun formation. Now running backs to each side. Handoff's going to go to Morgan Vaughn to the right side. Lowers his shoulder, still on his feet, and he's going to get dropped back. First guy there for Lamar. Got him wrapped up around his ankles, and then Kyler Nance finished him off. Eli Googie was in there for Lamar. First man there. Forward progress has it all the way up to the 34-yard line. Pick up a 3 for Vaughn. 3rd down and 6.
See what Seneca can do in this scenario. Last year, this was Connor Ackerson finding a soft spot in the zone. See, they've tried to get it to Altick a couple times in a soft spot. See who they try and get here in a soft spot.
Trips to the far side for Seneca with Vaughn, Hearn, and Altick. And it's going to be Hoover looking to throw, and he's got a man. Oh, it's incomplete, but there is a penalty flag there on the coverage for Lamar, J.R. Romero, but he was all over Hearn while the ball was in there looking for the out route. He would have been short of the 1st down, so the penalty flag helps the Indians out.
Yeah, he was short of the 1st down by 2 yards, but he got there way early, and so that should be 15 yards from the spot of the foul and a 1st down for the Indians.
They take it from the line of scrimmage, 15 yards. Either way, it's going to be 1st down.
So Seneca catches a little bit of a break there, like you said, Seth, because if he catches that ball and he was right on top of him, it's 4th and 2, and Cody has a decision to make.
Ball placed right at midfield now. I think they gave us 16 yards on that play.
Well, I won't complain.
Trips to the near side for Seneca. Hagen Ginger lined up. Hoover going to look to throw. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to take off and run. Makes the first man miss. He's at the 45-40. Juke step at the 35. Still on his feet at the 25. Finally brought down. Touchdown saving tackle by number 13, J.R. Romero. He had to come up late for that one. Nice running by Hoover because they just let that pocket collapse around him. He gets up to the 24-yard line.
I think that was a draw play. Let the edge rushers get past him, and he was able to just elude a couple defenders and get a big gain.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. It was a designated draw. Picked him up, and they run a little inside trap play on that play.
Hearn split out to the far side this time. Skelton on the near side. Mars to the right of Hoover. Vaughn at the H-back. Going to send Hearn in motion. And it's going to be a delayed handoff to Mars to the right side. He's just going to lower his shoulder, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much past that. Coming up to make the play, Alex Wilkerson from the safety position. No gain on the play. Going to make it 2nd down and 10.
Seneca may have to pass here tonight to try and open up the running game a little bit, because right now Lamar seems like they're trying to stop the run.
We're having a hard time moving 69 out there.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Yeah, Rourke Dillon's a big guy, and he's very physical. Hoover looking over to the sideline, waiting the signal from Coach Hilburn. Trips to the far side this time. And it's going to be a handoff to Mars. Mars dancing around the backfield. Now he's just going to get a whole pile moving forward about 4 yards on the carry, almost to the 20-yard line. And that's just maybe how they're going to have to beat him with the 4 yards.
Well, the other thing is they ran away from Dillon as well. They went to the right side instead of the left side. You notice how the defensive tackle on the right side is a little bit smaller than Dillon, and now they're switching. So a little bit of chess match here between Hilburn and the Lamar coaches.
Altick's going to go in motion from near side to far side. Handoff's going to go to Altick. He's going to cut upfield behind Jackson. Mars blocks. Bounce to the outside 10-yard line. Finally drugged down by Romero. Romero again saving a touchdown. First down and goal. Seneca at the 7-yard line.
Excellent sweep play there by the Indians. Mars, a lead blocker. He kicks out somebody, and first and goal for the Indians. And Seth, in that game last year, early on, Seneca was trailing. They had a couple drives that stalled out in Lamar territory. You got to be able to punch it in.
2:30 to go in the first quarter. Seneca trailing 7-0. Receivers to each side for Hoover. Handoff's going to go to Mars to the left side. Dances around, lowers his shoulder at the 5, still on his feet. Now he's going to be driven backwards. They're going to have him at the 5, just across the 5-yard line. Rourke Dillon, first man there once again, as well as number 23, Mario Della Pina.
And this could be a situation last year. 2-point conversions, you sometimes would see a look-in pass for Hagen Ginger. Now would be a perfect time for one of those.
Receivers to each side for Seneca. Eli Olson on the near side, Skelton on the far side. And it's going to be a design run for Hoover to the right side. He's going to get hit hard by Kyler Nance. Hoover's going to bounce off the turf and be ready to go again. Forward progress. Got him back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain on the play, 3rd down and goal. And Nance just saw green, and he ran right for it. That's the first time he's been able to bowl a play up tonight.
Somehow we didn't pick up the inside linebacker on that play. All our blockers was on the outside.
Yes.
Hoover couldn't get there because the inside linebacker shot the
Yeah, he shot straight through there, had nobody untouched. 1:22 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 in favor of Lamar. Seneca, 3rd down and goal, 5-yard line. Hoover, shotgun, handoff, Mars. It's going to be a fake reverse, and Mars is going to get stood up, losing 1 on the play. Romero there on the stop for the Tigers, as well as Sturgill. Loss of 1 on the play for Mars.
Big 4th down play here. They haven't shown that they can run the football. If you throw it, who do you throw it to?
45 seconds to go. They'll have time for one more play. Skelton to the near side. Googie's going to cover him up. 2 H-back situation in with Owens and Vaughn. Hoover, shotgun, handoff. No, Hoover's going to roll out to the right, looking to pass. He's got Morgan Vaughn wide open. Touchdown, Seneca Indians, touchdown, Morgan Vaughn, as he takes it in from 6 yards out, and the Indians are able to answer. You see Morgan Vaughn on your replay, able just to escape out of the backfield untouched. Good job by Hoover to get depth and find Vaughn wide open for the touchdown.
Yeah, he got lost in the wash there. It looked like one of the inside linebackers was supposed to get him, and he just lost track of him, and he was wide open for the touchdown. And Seneca looks like they're going for 2 here to try and take an 8-7 lead.
So Hoover to Vaughn on that play for 6 yards. A 4th down and goal situation. 2 H-backs in still, Skelton on the far side. Hagen Ginger in tight. Hoover going to run to the left side. He's going to get there, reaching out. He's got the 2-point conversion. Seneca takes the lead with 28 seconds to go in the first quarter here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
Brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, and Prairie Top Chiropractic.
I think this time, instead of a pooch kick, I think you kick it deep and make them have to drive the full field.
And Ben, I'm giving you that look like, oh, I don't know. They have some speedy guys back there. If Eli Googie's anything like his brother, you know he's got some wheels to him.
I kick it right over here in front of me, number 23. 30-yard line.
I like your call. Della Pena is a defensive tackle for Lamar. You got Eli Olson and Sherwood and Graham and Haynes on this near side. Now, Della Pena is listed at 5'6", 220 pounds. So the Indians are giving up some size on that side, but I think you're right, Coach. They may try to kick it to him. And they're going to give a end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded by Sheet at the 15-yard line. He's got a little bit of an opening, and he's going to be tripped up and spun out of bounds. Excuse me, not tripped up, just spun out of bounds by Blake Kern at the 44-yard line.
That one, he almost outkicked his coverage a little bit. Just the line drive kick and not able to get the guys down there too quickly.
You're exactly right, Ben. Just that low line drive kick, and those guys had, the first initial contact on their block, and that was enough to give him an alleyway to run on the near sideline. Ball placed at the 44-yard line. First down and 10 for Lamar. 2 receivers split out to the far side, 1 to the near side. Hahn's going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be a bobbled snap. Hahn's just going to try to get to it and get some positive yards. Caden Klaus is going to wrap him up for a big loss all the way back on the other side of the 35-yard line. Now they're going to say his forward progress. One line judge has got him at the 36, and the near side judge has got him at the 35. So they're going to put it at the 35, a loss of 9 in the play, and that should do it for the first quarter of play. After 1, Seneca leading 8-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
Welcome back to Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium in Lamar, Missouri. 2 receivers to the near side. Hahn's going to throw the out route to number 3, Query, and Eli Olson's going to come up and take him down at the 45-yard line.
Looked like Seneca playing zone there, and nobody had him. He was wide open. A nice job there by the Seneca defender to get there to still make it 3rd down and long.
Big play right here early in the ball game.
Yeah, if it's 4th and long, I think they punt it. If it's 4th and medium to short, they may go for it.
10-yard pickup on that pass completion. Now look for Googie. He's got one-on-one coverage with Altic on the far side. Going to send Sheet in motion. Hahn's going to run it to the right side, and he's going to bounce to the outside. Blake Kern's going to come up, make the play. Penalty flag comes flying in from the umpire, giving the error of holding. Good job coming up to make the play is Blake Kern.
It was actually the back judge.
Yes, excuse me.
But it still could be in the area of holding.
Penalty markers at about the 47. And maybe a helmet-to-helmet situation. He's pointing to his head. Holding against Lamar's the call. And the penalty marker's at the 47, so it's going to take him back on the other side.
So it should be 3rd down and about 13, it looks like, because it would have been 4th and 3. So we'll see where they officially spot it, but maybe 4th down and 3rd and 12.
So all the way back to the 43-yard line. All right, Ben, let's check your math.
It's 3rd and 11. I'm wrong. So
3rd and 11 is the call. Lane Scribner could be causing all kinds of problems with his speed at that defensive end position. 3-man front now for Seneca. Hahn going to roll out to the right, looking to pass, looking downfield. He's got a man open just out of the reach of Sheet as Hahn was trying to make that connection to him. It's going to make it 4th down.
He was open too.
Yes,
and
he
now
was,
if you're Seneca here, it's
watch
4th down.
Punt.
Not only watch the fake, but it looks like they're keeping their main offense out there. So you may just play base defense and make sure that they don't fake it on you. And that's what it looks like. The Seneca's playing base defense here.
Query in to try to punt this one for Lamar. See where Seneca lines up.
Nobody back deep for Seneca.
And it's going to be just a drop kick for Query. It's going to bounce down about the 27-yard line, take a Lamar roll inside the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line with 11:18 to go here in the second quarter. Seneca will take over, first down and 10.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. And right now, those penalties on Lamar are big because 4th and 3, I guarantee they go for it.
Well, even down here on their first drive, down in Seneca territory, that holding penalty marched them back. They had like a 3rd down and 18, and they found the pass completion. Hoover, shotgun formation, going to send Altic in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Altic to the right side. He's going to get behind Mars' block. He's going to spring him forward across the 20-yard line. Finally tripped up enough, and down to the turf he goes, but not before Altic can get a nice chunk of yardage on that play.
Yeah, it looks like he gets at least 7, if not 8 yards on the play.
2nd down and 2, up to the 23.
And right now it seems like this Seneca team, when they're having success running, it's wide. They're having trouble up the middle, but if they're going wide, they seem to be able to outman the Lamar safeties and corners.
So now it looks like Morgan Vaughn's basically back there as a running back with Jackson Mars. Handoff's going to go to Vaughn to the right side. He eludes one blocker, lowers his shoulder, gets across the 25. First man there was Alex Wilkerson. He bounced off of Vaughn, and Vaughn kept his feet churning to the 26-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down.
And that's what Morgan Vaughn will do for you, is instead of a loss of a couple yards, he gets the 2 yards he needed for a first down.
2 yards plus 1, Ben. Give him that 3-yard carry. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, you got to understand Lamar's defense, the defensive end, their defense is predicated on their defensive ends want to keep everything contained and let the linebackers fill. That's the reason we're having a hard time running the ball up the middle.
Trips to the far side with Skelton, Olsen, and Vaughn. Ginger in as well tight. And it's going to be an option play. They're going to pitch it to Mars. Mars trying to get blocker separate from him. He lowers his shoulder. Holding penalty is going to come flying in. Coach Schiller not okay with that play. Mars had enough for the first down. They're calling that on Morgan Vaughn.
And I think it's a block in the back more than holding.
It is a block in the back. You're right, Coach, or Ben. So a 5-yard penalty, I think.
I thought it was 10.
It's been a long time since we've had a block in the back call.
Yeah, and it's from the line of scrimmage as well, so we'll see what it is.
That's going to be the full 10. So block in the back.
So it'll be 1st and 20. And this is what Seneca can't do, is put themselves behind the chains here.
Well, this drive started at about the 15, 16-yard line. That's where the ball's sitting at now. 1st down and 20 coming up for Seneca. Trips to the near side. Skelton, Altic, Hearn. One receiver, Ginger and tight on the far side. Mars going to leave the backfield, empty set. Hoover's going to wind up and throw. He's got Ginger wide open, but he sails it over his head, looking for the first target for Ginger on the season, and just let that one fly a little too high.
He also had Mars over there. I think he distracted the cornerback, and Ginger kind of slipped out, and he would have been, I don't want to say gone, but he would have had a very good reception.
He would have the first down. Let's just say that. He would have first down.
Yeah, he may still be running. Oh, man. The coaches set it up perfect, moving Jackson Mars out here and going for, empty set.
And now they're going to go right back to that empty set. Trips to the near side with Ginger, Olsen, Mars. 2 receivers to the far side. 4-1 defense for Lamar. Hoover's going to have to get rid of it quickly. He's got pressure his face. He's going to step up. He's going to heave it downfield. He's got Blake Skelton. Skelton goes through his fingertips as he had a step on his man, and Skelton just unable to come down with that one. Hoover, excellent job of stepping up into the pocket, eluding the contact, and make it 3rd down.
Be an interesting play call here for the Indians. Do you run it safe and maybe run a draw play, or do you go for the first down? The past 2 pass plays, you've had guys wide open.
Yep. And he's got to get rid of those out of his memory, move on to the next play, and then Hoover can do that. He's very good about doing that.
Those are the plays we have to make in this ball game.
Back to their normal set, single receiver to each side. Vaughn in at the H-back, 4-2 look for Lamar. Hoover going to drop back to pass. He's going to look for the deep ball. That's going to be to Skelton, and Skelton's going to have that one incomplete. No penalty flags on the field. Skelton had that one go through his hands.
Yeah, that was another good throw by Hoover on the play. Just Skelton couldn't come up with it.
High school kids sometimes, even professional athletes, you drop one, it kind of gets in your brain. You start to thinking about it a little too much, and right now those guys are just, okay, let's move on to the next one.
Seneca going to punt here.
Ethan Altic back standing on his own goal line doing the punting duties for Seneca tonight. Awaiting the snap. Good snap. Excellent, excellent snap. It's going to be a high end-over-end kick that's going to bounce down at the 42-yard line, and it's going to take a sideways roll all the way out of bounds at about the 41-yard line.
So it's amazing what that penalty does, Seth, because instead of 1st and 10 and your drive continues, this Lamar team is set up with 1st and 10 at the Seneca 41-yard line plus territory.
Seneca Indian Football brought to you tonight by Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, Satterley Plumbing, HVAC, and Mechanical, 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce.
They're going the wrong way.
Christian Healthcare Ministries.
The chain gang was going the wrong way.
I knew I had time, Ben. I knew I had time. That last one was Christian Healthcare Ministries sponsoring tonight's game.
I was very confused on what they were doing.
9:24 to go in the first quarter. Cynic leading 8-7. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Hahn going to look to throw the quick out route. That's going to be intercepted by Brody Probert. He's at the 45-50. Ian Googie's giving chase. 30, 25-20. Nobody's going to catch Brody Probert. Pick 6 for the Indians. Brody Probert read that one beautifully, jumped in front of it, and took it back the other way.
Yeah, he read that one from the very beginning, saw it was an out route, and he had nobody in his way on the way to Seneca touchdown.
Oh, my goodness, what an excellent read. You can see that on the replay. Probert just in the right place at the right time, taking that one back about 60, maybe 65 yards, and the Indians add to their lead.
Lamar come out expecting man-to-man defense on the outside. We were in zone. That's the reason Brody broke off his direction to cover the out route, pick 6.
Yeah, there was nobody from Lamar there. As Seneca going to go for 2 here to try and make it 16-7.
Hoover shotgun formation. Skelton to the far side. Hand off to Mars. Going to get behind the right side. Lowers his shoulder. I don't think he got in there. Just shy of it. 9:13 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 14-7 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca True Value is an authorized dealer of Hustler lawnmowers and is a proud supporter of the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. Seneca True Value offers tools, equipment, and products for professional contractors and do-it-yourselfers. They are open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Located at 404 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca. For more information, their phone number is 417-776-6000. Go Indians!
Numac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Seneca True Value, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prelude Maintenance Center, Seneca School District, and SGA Unlimited.
I think you're going to find out what both these teams are made of here this evening. Seneca trailed after the first possession by Lamar, and Seneca has answered a couple times here. We'll see what kind of response Lamar has in this scenario. As Vaughn gets ready to kick things off here for the Indians. And
I don't believe I'd be kicking this one deep, boys.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you kick it, like you said, towards 23.
Unless you high end over and kick it. Because
and he is angling towards that way.
Yeah, he had such a nice return, and you can't go low with it because he's going to take off and run. Vaughn's going to give a low or a little bit higher end over and kick that's going to be fielded by Eli Googie at the 17-yard line. He's going to bounce it back to the right side, and he's going to be taken down. First man there for the Indians. Caden Klaus usually gets up off the bottom of the pile. That's exactly what happened right there. Caden Klaus on the stop.
Much better coverage that time for the Indians. As Lamar will have first down and 10 at their own 38, it looks like. Maybe 37. I was right the first time.
First down and 10 for Lamar.
As Lamar's having to run somebody out late here.
Rourke Dillon coming on late. They put him in that wingback position a while ago, and he was the lead blocker, so look for him to do that same thing. Now they've got 2 linemen in as the wingbacks. It's going to be Hahn keeping it right up the middle. There's a big pile there. First man there for the Indians, Lane Scribner, coming up to help out is Caden Klaus. Good job by the Indians defense.
So I think in that one they tried to trick Seneca by bringing him in, and then they ran the opposite direction, and Mars had that one read pretty well.
A 2-yard pickup on the play for Hahn. Second down and 8. Ball placed at the 40-yard line.
Still lots of time on the play clock here for the Tigers, and they are running the same kind of thing
8:30 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 14-7. Going to send a man in motion. That Sheet. It's going to be Hahn to the left side. He's going to lower his shoulder, and he's going to be dropped. First man there for the Indians. Jackson Marr stands him up and actually maybe loses a yard on the play.
Nolan Napier was in there as well.
So they're going to put him back at the 44. Progress had him at the 40, 3rd down and 8.
Napier read that one beautifully, and he was the one that kind of broke it up for the Indians. And 3rd down and long.
You're kind of making Lamar go into the passing game because that's been their big connection so far tonight.
Let's see if we can't cover a pass play right here, boys. Get the ball back.
You need to know where Ian Googie is.
Well, they're throwing it to everybody. Ian Googie and Sheet lined up on the far side. On the near side is Query. Watch those wing backs coming out of the backfield, too, deep downfield. You're going to send a man in motion. It's going to be Hahn. Hahn's going to look to throw. Giving chase is Jace Renfro. And also is Nolan Napier. He's not able to get there, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Hahn just had to scramble for everything he had. Good job by Renfro and Napier to make Hahn put it on the ground and run to use his feet for the first down, and he did that, getting across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Just not quite able to get there.
They tried to do a little fake handoff to number 12, Sturgill, and Hahn just kind of sat back there trying to duck down and looking for the deep route, and the Indians' defensive line was able to get there.
We got to stand as Napier is on the D end. He can't let anybody outside him. He kind of got hung up in the middle, and then he got outside.
3-man front for Seneca. Hahn's going to go to the right side. Roman Miller's going to wrap him up. Excellent job by the sophomore linebacker. He saw daylight, and he ran to it, and he met Cooper Hahn right in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a situation where he beat Dylan to the spot because Dylan was supposed to be the lead blocker there, and he beat him to the spot for no gain.
7:14 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 14-7. A lot of ball game to still be played here as Lamar Tigers looking at the wristbands as they get the call from Coach Beshore. Sheet's going to be split out to the far side. 2 wingbacks in for Lamar. 2 tight ends in for Lamar as well. Going to send Sturgill in motion. It's going to be an inside handoff to Kish. He's going to bounce it back out to the inside. Bounce it back further inside. Forcing it back inside is Caden Klaus. Able to get to the 39-yard line. Make it a 3rd down situation.
Yeah, 3rd down and short here for the Tigers.
Yeah, about a 7-yard pickup on that play from Kish.
See if Seneca can force a decision here.
Sheet split out to the far side. Double tight, double wing back. Hahn by himself in the backfield and shotgun. Handoff to Sturgill out to the outside. And trying to get there is Jackson Mars. There should be a holding penalty, and it comes flying in late. But the Seneca defense able to stop him anyway for a gain of maybe 1 on the play. Good job by the Seneca defense. I didn't see who got there first. Maybe Nolan Napier, but there's a holding penalty big time against Jackson Mars. Mars would have blown that play up for a big loss.
Yeah, he lost a yard on that play, but you're going to take the penalty anyways and make it 3rd down on the opposite.
I'm trying to see what they're doing. They maybe not even marking that off.
They are going to mark it off, but it's from the 41, so it'll be.
They've taken it 5 yards back from the where
so
he gained
heck
it.
did they
block in the back?
No, I think they called a holding. It's got to be from the original line of scrimmage.
If it's a block in the back, he should be farther back.
Yes. So now they're trying to get some. Now they're trying to figure something out. As they go to the sideline, 6:09 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 14-7. Seneca Indian Football brought to you by Campbell Biddicombe, Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Seneca declined it. And there's a dead ball. They're going to say 4th down. 4th down on the play as Hahn was able to get to the 39-yard. Sturgill was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and 3.
Yeah. So you decline it, and now decision-making time here for Lamar as Seneca is going to bring in some big boys here.
Castaneda, Don Brown checking in for the Indians.
Going 4 front.
4-man front for the Indians. Double tight. Sheet lined up on the outside. Nobody has him covered up. Probert's about 10 yards deep. And looks like Seneca calls a timeout. We'll step aside for 60 seconds.
Gas and Snack in Seneca is proud to support the Seneca Indians and be a part of the Seneca community. With 2 locations in the Seneca area, 1608 Cherokee and just north of Highway U on Highway 43, they offer gas as well as pop and a variety of other snacks. The Gas and Snack in Seneca, Missouri is owned by Nick and Sandra Whitehead, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians.
Life is full of firsts. As the first and longest-serving Christian health cost-sharing ministry, CHM has shared medical expenses for its members since 1981. We believe you should have the freedom to focus on your health while being supported by a community of believers, giving you the opportunity to create many more firsts.
4th down and 3 for Lamar. Ball placed at the 39-yard line. One receiver to the near side. He's going to send Sheet in motion. Hahn's going to roll out to the right, looking to pass. He's got a man open. That's going to be caught. Incomplete pass. It goes right through the hands, looking for Sturgill. He had the first down, and he dropped it. 1st down and 10, Seneca.
It's the same kind of route that Seneca did on their touchdown. That H-back gets lost in the wash, and he just couldn't hold on to it, and Seneca takes over with 5:57 to go here in the first half, and these are the kind of breaks you need against a team like Lamar.
Seneca Indian Football brought tonight by 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, and Christian Healthcare Ministries. 1st down and 10 for Seneca. That ball placed at their own 39-yard line. Receiver to the near side. Skelton going to go to the far side.
Watch him take a shot after a turnover.
Altick's going to go in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Altick. He's got a little bit of room. He's at the 45-50 and finally forced out of bounds by Romero again at midfield. Romero with a couple of touchdown saving tackles. 11-yard pickup, 1st down and 10.
Nice job there once again. Seneca, they're having a hard time running up the middle, but it's those stretch plays where you have your lead blockers and Mars and Vaughn that they're kind of blowing up the cornerbacks and getting a little extra yardage out of it.
1st down and 10 for Seneca. Skelton and Hearn split out to the near side. They've got 3 guys over the top of those 2 receivers. And it's going to be Hoover looking to throw. He's got Vaughn wide open. He's going to incomplete pass as he put a little bit too much on that one for Vaughn. Vaughn probably would have been off to the races, and Hoover just a little too much on that pass.
Yeah, he's been putting a little too much air under the football a couple times. Needs to calm down. It's a big game. You want to make a big play. And Seneca trying to go a hurry up now.
5:45 to go here in the first half. 5:47 to go here in the first half. Trips to the near side. Hoover looking over to Coach Hilburn, seeing what the play call is going to be. Now he's going to go ahead and go with the one they have. Hand off to Mars right up the middle. He's going to get behind a big pile of Seneca linemen. Push the pile forward to about the 47, a 3-yard pickup on the play.
3rd down and 7 here for the Indians. It makes you wonder what you do here on 3rd down, because you think if it gets to 4th down, you're going to try and go for it. So do you take a shot here on 3rd down, or do you just try and run the ball, see if you can get something along the edge and see if you can pick enough of it up for a 1st down?
Well, your end arounds have been the play. Hoover had that quarterback draw a while ago, too. Now they're back to a 3-man front, a 3-2 look, maybe a 3-3 more on this 3rd down situation. And it's going to be a toss play. No, it's going to be Altick to the backside, and Altick's going to get rid of one guy. He's able to do so. Stay on his feet at the 45, and he's going to stretch out. Let's see where they mark him. He stepped out of bounds.
It's right at the 40.
Right at the yard to gain.
Which he's at the 40, and it should be a 1st down because he needed the 40-yard line.
Calling a 1st down. 1st down and 10. Good job by Ethan Altick, because he had a guy right in his face as soon as he took that end-around play.
Yeah, Lamar was not fooled at all, and Altick just used his speed to get by him.
They tried to hook that D end, and I'm telling you, the D ends are taught to stay out wide, keep it inside. Great job by
Now 2 running back situation. Vaughn to the right, Mars to the left of Hoover. Handoff. No, it's going to be Hoover running right up the middle. He's going to get his first feet taken out from underneath him by number 23, Mario De La Pina.
But he was able to fall forward, which is a big thing because it looks like he gained about 2 on the play. Instead of no gain, he fell forward for a couple yards.
2nd down and 8 for the Indians. 4:37 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 14-7. Eli Olson split out to the far side. Blake Skelton to the near side. H back in is Morgan Vaughn. Ginger in tight on the far side. Handoff. No, Hoover looking to throw. He pump fakes. Now he's just going to throw that one out of bounds. He was looking maybe for Ginger on a little arrow route from the tight end.
Yeah, they had that one read. It was an excellent job there by
the defensive end, Woolridge.
Woolridge.
Yeah.
He had that one read from the get-go, and Hoover did the smart thing in throwing it away.
Yeah, they play man-to-man in the back in the secondary. Number 13, safety, walked up to cover Hagan. As soon as Hagan went out, 13 came up.
And there's officials timeout. We'll step aside for just a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
First half, Seneca leading 14-7. Third down and 8 situation coming up for the Indians. Ball placed on the 38-yard line of the Tigers.
Go ahead.
Seneca Indian Football brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, and Satterley Plumbing, HVAC, and Mechanical.
Seneca going empty here. You got 3 on this near side and 2 on that far side. You could see a draw as well.
Hoover looking over the defense. 3-man rush. Hoover looking for the out route. That's going to be caught by, I believe that's Skelton.
Skelton for the first down. Yeah, at the 29.
Job. They're going to mark him short. I think they're going to mark him short. They're going to have him right at the 30. So it should be a first down. He had to get to the 30. You're right, Coach. You had the right spot.
Actually, he gained more than that. He gained another yard.
Yeah, I think he was across the 30. Either way, he needed to get 8, and he got 8. Found the sticks and then just slid down and caught that ball.
That's a good catch by Skelton to come back.
Yeah, exactly right.
And nice for the coach to come back to him.
Yep, first down and 10. 4:11 to go here in the first half. Eli Olson going to go in motion. Handoff. No, it's going to be Hoover right up the middle. It's going to get behind Renfro's block. Lowers his shoulder at the 27-yard line. Now he's going to be stood up, and they're going to blow that one dead. And Hoover able to get to about the 27-yard line, so just to pick up a 3, second down and 7.
But you get, 3 yards there. If you get another 3 yards, it's still third down and kind of short here where anything in the playbook is open. So, interesting play call here on second down because some of those shots have been open for the Indians. Do you run a potentially Vaughn, try and lose them in the wash on an out route?
Their safeties are moving up now. Altick's going to go in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Altick. He's going to bounce off the backside of Jackson Marr's block. He's going to have enough for the first down, lowers his shoulder, and finally taken out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Good job by Jackson Marrs to spring Ethan Altick for a big gain down to the 12.
Why don't we mark him at the 12? Great job. Good block there, too.
15-yard pickup on Ethan Altick's carry. So they're just stuffing everything in the middle, and they're making Seneca beat them from the outside. And right now, Seneca's getting those big chunks of yardage. 3:20 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 14-7.
Touchdown here would be big because you get the ball to start the second half as well. Can you bleed the clock and try and not let Lamar get the ball back before halftime?
Skelton and Hearn split out to the near side. No timeouts for Seneca. Hand off to Mars. He's going to dance around the line of scrimmage, get across the 10-yard line, falling forward to about the 6. Excellent run by Mars on that play. 6-yard pickup.
Good blocking up front that time. We made a little crease, made a little hole. They moved the defensive line. They moved the linebacker out over the top of Hagan that time, moved him out of that spot.
Second down and 4.
So your whole playbook is open here.
So I said no timeouts. I think, Ben, you've got me correct on that. I think Seneca does have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, because the last one was a water break.
Timeout. You're exactly right. Hoover, shotgun. Handoff, Mars. Going to go right up the middle, dancing around the 5-yard line. He's going to get dropped just across the 5, so he's going to be shy of the first down.
But only by about a yard.
They've got him marked at the 4, so third down and 2. So they can get a first down with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Right now, Seneca just happy to bleed this clock out. Obviously you want the points. Obviously you want to put something in before the half.
Yeah, you have to punch this ball in, but you want to bleed as much as time as possible. Lamar with 2 timeouts. This is a situation where you could have 2 H-backs and Mars as lead blockers for Hoover. Don't be surprised if it's a QB run.
Hoover, shotgun receivers to each side. It's going to be Hoover to the right side. He's going to lower shoulder at the 3. Nance is going to come up and stop him. Maybe he got to the 3-yard line. We'll see. Coach, where you at down there? You're right on top of it.
He's just outside the 3-yard line, just inside the 4s where he's at. They got a half a yard. Now they got a yard and a half to go for
There's a timeout on the field. Lamar's going to call a timeout. We'll step aside. 1:22 to go. Seneca leading 14-7 here in the first half on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
4th down and a long one for Seneca. Ball placed at about the 3.5-yard line. Morgan Vaughn in at the H-back. 4-man front for Lamar. Hoover's going to send Altic in motion. And it's going to be Hoover running it right up the middle. He's going to reach out, and he should have enough for the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. Lamar's saying that they have it.
No, he didn't make it.
No, he did not make it. So that's a big play for Seneca. Gavin just tripped up enough at the 3-yard line, had to get to the 2. And it's going to be a turnover on downs with 1:19 to go.
He had the defensive lineman at 69 was in his backfield, tripping him up. That's who was back there.
Yeah, he just got enough of his foot. He needed to get 2, and he only was able to get 1.
Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. And now if you're Seneca here, you got to watch out for Ian Googie. And Lamar has to hang on to the football because Seneca will be going for a strip.
3-man front, 2 receivers to the near side, Googie on the far side. Blake Hearn's got to be ready to help over the top. Hahn's going to look to throw. He's going to step around the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run. Morgan Vaughn's going to see him, and so is Roman Miller. They wrap him up and take him down at about the 7-yard line. I believe that may be Brody Probert that came in. I can't see on that far side. Was that number 9 or was that was Ethan Altic? Sorry. Ethan Altic. Ball placed on about the 8-yard line. Pick up a 5, 2nd down and 5.
What that does is it keeps the clock bleeding as well.
And Lamar has plenty of timeouts. 2 receivers to the near side.
Both teams with 1 timeout apiece.
1 to the far side. Hahn looking at his wristband, 15 seconds left on the play clock. And he's going to take off and run to the right side, trying to get up and make the play. Nobody able to tackle him before he gets the first down. Morgan Vaughn just a little bit late coming up to try to make that play from the linebacker position. I'll stop the clock momentarily at 39 seconds as the ball is placed at about the 17-yard line.
And you got to be wary because it was a wheel route that they were trying to run, that first down play that he had to come down, and Seneca did a good job covering it.
So Hahn has a 5-yard carry and then a 9-yard carry.
You got trips to this side over here. You got to make sure you got it covered. You only got 2 guys over here.
Clock is running, 20 seconds. Trips to the near side. Hahn's going to look to throw, and he's going to wind up. He's looking for Googie on the out route. That's going to be incomplete. Penalty flag's going to come flying as Jackson Mars was on the coverage, and he was there early. So it's going to stop the clock with 14 seconds to go. That's a smart play, though. You give up 15 yards. You don't let him take off and run downfield.
The thing is, if he turns around and finds the football, he has an interception.
Yeah, because he threw that right at his back.
So that's kind of the only thing there is you have an interception instead of first down and 10 at the
32-yard line.
No, they're giving him the 34.
Okay, well, the ball was placed at the 17, so
yeah.
Either way.
That's interesting.
They gave us an extra yard a while ago, so, tomato. 14 seconds to go here. Ball placed at the 34.
You just can't get beat deep.
2 receivers to the near side. Googie on the far side. Blake Hearn back at about the 43-yard line. Going to send a man in motion. Hahn going to look to pass. And he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. And now giving chase. It's going to be dropped from behind. Nolan Napier comes up to make the play and sack Hahn in his traps with 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Ball placed at the back of the 31-yard line. Sorry about that. I got my words tangled up. An excellent job by Nolan Napier to come up with a sack. And Lamar stops the clock with a timeout with 5 seconds to go. We'll just step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, it's that time of year again. On Friday nights, you can come out and watch the Seneca Indians play football. And then on Sundays, let me invite you to come right next door to the Seneca football field to the Seneca Church of Christ. On Sundays, we have Bible classes for all age groups at 9 a.m. and worship services at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have Bible classes at 7 p.m. And on Tuesday mornings during the school year, we have Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. for all junior high and high school students. We'd love to have you come visit us. We are proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Go Indians!
Contained on the outside, then what happened?
Napier had him contained on the outside. He stepped up. Lane Scribner was there chasing him, so he had to go backwards sideways to try to get away from Scribner. Ran him right into Napier and did just what he's supposed to do.
Excellent coverage downfield by the Indians on defense. One receiver split out to the far side, 3 receivers on the near side.
Watch a screen here.
Hong going to drop back to pass. He's going to look for Googie. He's going to wind up. Blake Hearn's back here waiting for that one, and it's going to be incomplete as that ball was unable to be caught. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. Seneca leads 14-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. We'll be back with a halftime show right after this.
Can you prove that you have a seat in heaven?
Wow, that's a pretty heavy question. What would you say?
Some people say, well, you can imitate Jesus. You can do the things Jesus did as best you can, and that's enough, isn't it?
Billy Graham.
You can do all the good works. You can go with all the people that are doing good social work around the world. But the scripture says, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. The only way you can get a seat is to come to the cross and confess that you're a sinner and receive Christ as Lord and Savior, and come to the empty tomb and believe that he rose again from the dead.
If you're not sure you've got a seat in heaven, let's talk now. Call us 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. Once again, here's Ben Walcott.
Welcome back to Lamar, Missouri, as we're here at the half, and the halftime show is brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. Coming up at the half, I'll talk with cross-country coach Adam Hughes as part of our Indians Minute, and Adam Winkler will have an interview with a Freeman trainer as part of our Freeman Sports Health Minute. You're listening to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
The Indians Minute is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome to today's edition of the Indians Minute here on KNEO. I'm Ben Wolcott. Today we're joined by Adam Hughes, who is the cross-country coach at Seneca. And Adam, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here today. And I know it's going to be a hectic week for you. You have a big meet coming up, your home meet. That's always a big meet. What does it mean for you guys to be able to host your own meet?
It means a lot to the community. I know it's something that we have hosted for quite a number of years, and we have a fair amount of schools that come to it every year. In fact, I've been told that we have one of the more nicer venues as far as competition and difficulty is considered. It's one thing to go run around on a golf course, but there's something else about just out in nature, kind of being able to enjoy the sights and get out there. And our course is set up for that.
I know you guys are in the Big 8, and this is kind of your first year as head coach. What kind of are your expectations for the season for both the boys and the girls?
For both genders, I would say come out and improve. I know that there's been years in the past where we've struggled to get kids to come out for a sport like cross country. It's hard work, and there's always a lot of options out there for students to enjoy for a sport, and we're thankful that we get kids to come out and want to work hard and run. And each sport has its own pros and cons, and I think there are some some natural inclination to want to go for one or the other. But this year, my goal is just to grow the program. We want to make sure that we are getting more numbers out from the past years, and we are kind of already on a incline in that way. So I'm just glad to see that we have new interest in the sport, and we've also included 6th grade this year. So we've got a couple of students that are in 6th grade. So I think my goal is to start a grassroots interest in the sport. I myself love and enjoy watching other sports, especially football. But as far as lifelong sports, that's something I think that has some staying power, to be able to enjoy something like running at a young age of 12 or 13, but realize that could take you well into your older years, that you can still enjoy a sport that you got a good taste of when you were in elementary school.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you can take into your later years, and I don't know too many people that probably would think about enjoying, going for 5, 6, 7, 8 mile runs, but it's definitely something that you can take later on into your later years, and something that you can carry on, like you said. Being part of the Big 8 conference is always, you see it in football and just how the parity is. Cross country wise, I know, you have so many different schools in there and so many different levels. What does being part of the Big 8 mean to Seneca for cross country?
It's a lot of competition. We have some very good programs that have had success, not just in cross country, but in many other of the fall sports. And, I know that when we go up against the kids from the Big 8 schools, we are seeing some of the best in the entire state. If they can perform well against Big 8 schools, they can probably go just about anywhere in Class 3 and continue to perform well.
And you mentioned Class 3 and the Big 8, and we don't know what class. More than likely, you would probably say you're fairly comfortable in saying that they'll be Class 3, but Misha tends to throw curveballs for you. But what does being in the Big 8 do when it gets to district meet and then maybe a sectional meet and then potentially getting to state as well?
So, we'll see some of the same schools in our Big 8, just like other sports. Others, they might be in your conference, but not your district, and sometimes vice versa. We enjoy being able to have competition from all different levels. It's nice to be able to have that perennial power that you go up against from time to time, but, being able to be in the Big 8, you see, schools of different sizes, and I think that's important, too. You're going to see the really big schools, and you may only see them once or twice, but then you'll see some of the smaller schools, and that gives you something to kind of grind your teeth against. But, every once in a while, it's nice to have a fresh look from a school that's got a lot more students than you. So it means a lot being able to see the programs that have been well established and also that familiarity of the competition.
Well, Adam, we want to thank you so much for your time here today on the Indians Minute. We wish you, I know the season has already started, but we wish you guys the best of luck the rest of the way, and we'll try and catch up with you another time to see how the season's going.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Indians Minute, sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri. For more information, his number is 417-451-1504.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO. We have Dave Compton with us. He is an athletic trainer with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today, talking about thumb and hand injuries.
Injuries to the hand and wrist in sports, especially football, are pretty common, but they're often overlooked. They're often discounted. They don't get the respect like the shoulders and the knee injuries do. Athletes and coaches tend to say it's just a finger, and it's not just a finger. Jammed fingers are actually a sprain to the joint. They can actually be splinted for a short time, and the athletes usually can play through these. They may buddy tape the fingers for support. Jammed fingers, you do not need to yank or jerk on them. Sometimes that can make the injury worse, but you often see athletes doing that when they get to the sidelines. They want to yank or jerk on that joint because they feel like it's, quote, jammed. But it's actually a sprain on the ligaments on the sides of the joints of the finger. Dislocated joints need to be x-rayed. Athletes sometimes will reduce them, or a coach or a trainer can actually reduce them and they can go ahead and play through them. But they need a follow-up evaluation just to make sure that that joint ligament or tendon structure hasn't been ruptured.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back out on the field. Seth Wilson and Ben Walcott are ready to go in the broadcast booth, and Daryl Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indians Sports Network.
Ask me, who is the greatest Christian I've ever known? I always answer, Ruth. She is the greatest Christian I've ever known.
Billy and Ruth Graham are together in heaven. But while they were here on earth, their marriage was an inspiration to countless people.
When you get married, you're committing for life. It's commitment that's kept Ruth and me together in times of stress or strain or difficulty. The scripture says, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. He loved the church so much that he died on the cross for all of those that were going to become members of his body, the church. That's why he died on the cross and shed his blood. And that's why he rose from the dead, so you could find a new life in him. Come to Christ.
Jesus can restore your marriage and your life. Learn more at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
If I can find it real quick. Third down and 18 at the 25-yard line. And somehow they have a little bit of a blown coverage. Not sure. Somebody coming over late. Googie was wide open, went untouched into the end zone for the first score of the game with about 6:41 to go in the first half. Then on the ensuing possession, Seneca starts out on their own 20-yard line. And they were helped out by a pass interference penalty along the way and got all the way down to the 6-yard line. Then a fourth down and goal from the 6 found Hoover to Vaughn on the connection. The 2-point conversion attempt was good, and Seneca led that one at that point 8-7. Lamar comes back, and they were able to Seneca's defense able to hold Lamar from getting a first down. It helped out by a holding penalty by Lamar. Had a 4th down and 11, so Lamar decided to punt it away. Seneca had the ball on their own 15-yard line, had a block in the back penalty on a 1st down and 10. And then Seneca just had 3 straight incomplete passes that guys were just wide open, maybe a little bit too far for Hoover to throw it over the head, and Seneca had to punt it back to Lamar. Lamar had it 1st down and 10 from their own 41-yard line, and Brody Probert dropping back into coverage, read the pass well and intercepted it, took it back to the house about 65 yards for the touchdown, and Seneca 2-point conversion attempt no good, and that's where we stand 14-7. Seneca did drive all the way down to the 3-yard line, had a fourth down and one at the 4-yard line, 4th down and 2 at the 4-yard line, had to get to the 2-yard line, and Hoover just tripped up just enough, unable to get to the first down marker as he stretched out, and Lamar took over 1st down and 10, and that's where we stood because the half was over after that. Lamar unable to get much momentum after that, helped out by Jackson Marr's penalty. So far for Seneca in that first half, they have time of possession, if I can find my correct sheet, 12 minutes, 44 seconds time of possession. They've ran 30 plays on offense. Lamar, 11 minutes, 16 seconds time of possession, 24 plays. So they've actually had an extra possession compared to Seneca because they got the ball to start the game, and they had the pick 6 as well. So they've had a couple more drives than Seneca. Seneca's defense has actually been on the field quite a bit of time tonight.
Yeah, and their defense is doing what they need to do, I mean, 3 games you don't give up any points, and against Lamar in one half you give up 7 points. So I can't do math very well, but you're giving up about 3 or 4 points a game at this point. Obviously, there's still a half to go, but they're doing exactly what they need to do here, and it's just a question of can Hoover get in touch with his receivers. Skelton had one that probably felt like he should have had. Vaughn had one he overthrew. And so if you can get those guys going, this score could be a lot different than it is.
Well, and Lamar is going to change some things up at halftime. I almost wonder if they're going to go to a man type of defense in their secondary, because that's what they're doing right now. They have the open receivers. And, I mean, maybe not until we start proving the point that we can hit those open receivers. They may stick in their cover too, but if I was a Lamar coach, I'd be really nervous because those guys are wide open, and you've just been fortunate so far that Seneca hasn't made the connection on a couple of those passing plays. So, and they're probably going to start keying on Ethan Altick. That may open things up a little bit on the inside. I don't know, because, they do have things bottlenecked pretty well on the inside, but if they start maybe trying to get more contained, that's going to leave a little bit more of maybe about the 6 spot on the right side, maybe 5 spot on the left side, 5 hole on the left side that they're going to be able to run through. Coach, do you have any thoughts on that? Am I speaking correctly there?
Well, when we go empty and have trips on one side, they got the safety over the top, so they're kind of going zone coverage on our 3 trip, but on the backside it's man-to-man. On the 2 side, It's man-to-man. So they've got to do some adjusting over there, and I'm sure the coaches have already seen that.
I'm sure Seneca's going to do some adjusting. They're doing a good job. Defensive line, they're rotating guys in and out. You're seeing Jace Renfro coming in, Nolan Napier, Lane Scribner. We haven't seen Ginger in on the defensive side of the football. Coach, have you noticed him much on the defensive side of the football yet? Hagen, have you noticed Hagen coming on the defensive side of the football yet much tonight?
No, Hagen has not been on there tonight.
And that was a pass completion that they missed as well. Hagen came from the tight end position, had Mars go in motion, trickle out to the outside, and he was wide open. Just one of those I'm sure Hoover would probably like to have back.
Oh, yeah, they had a single high safety and a corner, and they sent Jackson Mars in motion. Corner went with him. Single safety didn't move over. Hagen, wide open, just overthrew him. I mean, it's just one of those things.
And maybe one of those things where Hoover has to start running the ball just a little bit more, just to kind of get hit, kind of take your adrenaline away a little bit. You get hit a couple times and kind of brings you back to your game that you're ready to play. And so he's only had, if I can find my stats here real quick.
Seems like only 2 or 3. It may be more than that.
He's up to 6 carries at this point for 33 yards. Jackson Mars 9 carries for 22 yards. And Hoover's completed 2 of 7 passes for 14 yards, one of those being a touchdown. So Seneca, 124 yards of offense, 120 on the ground, 134 yards, I should say. I'm having trouble reading my own computer screen. And so for Lamar tonight, 64 yards of rushing, 35 receiving, 99 total yards for Lamar.
Yeah, both these defenses are doing what they need to do to keep their teams in the game. And we build it as this game could come down to the wire, and
that's exactly what
it looks like it's going to happen. And you want to be on the plus side of the scoreboard if it comes down to that.
We're going to send it back to the studio for a 3-minute break. We come back, we'll have the rest of the halftime show for you in the second half here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A new era in local sports begins. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is where you'll find all of your local sports information. Join Sports Director Michael Imami and reporters Chaz Wright and Tashina Coleman every night. We cover Little League, high school athletics, Missouri Southern, and Pittsburgh State, along with countless community colleges in the 4 states. We cover it all. So whether you're a Chiefs, Cardinals, Eagles, or Wildcats fan, you won't want to miss the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report.
SGA Unlimited is a proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. Located north of Seneca on Highway 43, they offer equipment and supplies for outdoor sporting needs, including hunting and fishing. They are a licensed gun dealer and provide bait and accessories for fishing. For more information, their phone number is 417-439-1996. Proud supporters of Seneca Indian Athletics on KNEO.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
And we welcome you back to Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium in Lamar, Missouri. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. So Lamar, that first half, about 100 yards total offense. Seneca, about 134 total offense. The main ball carrier for the Lamar Tigers, Hahn, with 12 carries for 40 yards. A couple sacks mixed in there for about a loss of 12 yards. Keeps him from having more yardage, but either way, good job by the Seneca defense to contain him, and they're going to have to do more of the same in the second half.
Yeah, will be an interesting second half. We talked about how good both these teams are defensively, and they've proved it because both teams only have one offensive touchdown. Seneca has a pick six, so that's the reason why they have a 7-point lead.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game right now is that pick six. I mean, if Seneca's offense took it the length of the field, just unable to punch it in there right before the half with about a minute and a half to go, I believe a minute 20 to go, just unable to punch it in. And so hopefully they can, learn from what they did in the first half and be ready to go here in the second half. And
I think you got to watch a pooch kick here because Lamar probably wants the ball to try and tie or take the lead.
They're definitely going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to go and try to get downfield and make something happen. As you see, I believe Nance is going to check in there. He may be one of those guys that just kind of clears the way out for the second guys to come up behind him and try to get. You have Sheet in there as well as Sturgill. Those guys are pretty quick, as well as Eli Gugi. Eli Gugi, probably just as quick as his brother. I know his brother may have a step on him. As one of those
older brother always has a step, whether or not they really do or not.
Older brother usually tries to get a step on younger brother. Seneca will receive the ball to start the second half. They'll be going right to left across your radio dial. We're about a minute away from kickoff. Seneca game brought to you tonight by Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Seneca True Value, Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, and Prairie Top Chiropractic.
Couple halftime scores for you. Logan Rogersville trailing Mount Vernon 14-6. Webb City and Joplin tied at 14 at the half, and Nevada a 21-7 lead over Mack County. All those games at the half.
I love games like this that come down to the wire. You know, it's an exciting high school football game. This is what Friday nights are all about. You know, these
small town schools do a good job of showing out for their teams, and both Seneca and Lamar do an excellent job each and every Friday night.
Jackson Mars and Ethan Altick back deep to receive for the Indians. Query's got this one teed up, and they're still waiting for the clock to run out. And now they've got it back and reset to 12. Query's got the go-ahead from the referee, and it's going to be a high end-over-end kick that Jackson Mars is going to come up and field about the 14-yard line. Has trouble picking it up. Now he's able to do so. He's just going to cut it upfield. He's going to get across the 20-yard line to about the 25, and Nance is there to make the stop.
Yeah, Seneca and Mars able to make something out of, I don't want to say nothing, but able to make a little bit of headway there, but not necessarily a huge surprise that they try and kick it deep with the way their defense is playing.
Yeah, they're confident in their defense's ability to be able to stop this Indian offense. Seneca's had some nice drives. They've got to continue to do so here in the second half.
You got to be able to convert, though.
Skelton split out to the near side, Altick to the far side. And it's going to be a handoff to Mars. Mars going to get to the right side, makes a cut at the 23-yard line. Now he's going to get upfield across the 25 to about the 28, a 3-yard pickup for the senior running back, 2nd down and 7.
Looked like Vaughn did a good job of kicking out his guy, but I think another linebacker was there to fill the hole.
Hagan had his tight end, Hagan Jr., he has his guy blocked back. I think Vaughn kicked out. It's that inside linebacker scraping over the top. We're having trouble picking up.
Yeah, Nance is a force to be reckoned with in there at that Mike linebacker. Hoover's going to send 2 receivers on the near side. That's going to be Vaughn and Hearn. 1 receiver to the far side, and Altick. Coach Hilburn talking to his team. And they're going to have to burn a timeout to start things off here in the second half. We'll step aside for 60 seconds.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
So a 2nd down and 7 situation. Seneca having to burn a timeout early on here in the third quarter.
And you hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the fourth quarter.
Skelton and Hearn split out to the near side now for the Indians. Vaughn in at H-back, Mars in at running back. And it's going to be a handoff to Mars to the right side. He's going to get behind his lineman. Gets across the 30-yard line. Forward progress. He's going to have him at the 32 before he's driven backwards. Near side judge has him at the 31. Excuse me, far side judge has him at the 31. And they're going to split the difference and go to about 31.5-yard line. So 3rd down situation coming up. We'll give him 4. 3rd down and a long 3 coming up for the Indians.
Do you run that little H-back pass and get Vaughn open? Or Ginger, you got Ginger that could be open as well.
Vaughn's going to join Hoover in the backfield. He's to the left, Mars to the right. Handoff's going to go Vaughn. Right side, he's going to make a cut at the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and he's going to be spun and dropped down. And Renfro is fired up at his offensive line. He's coming back and talking to another offensive line member. And accountability, that's one of those things where they're keeping each other accountable as Vaughn's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I was going to say, I think it's 4th and 3, and this is an interesting play call here because it looks like Seneca's going to go for it. See if they try and draw them off sides.
Holy cow, boy, big play.
They look like they're going to go for it.
Trips to the near side this time for Hoover. 4-2 defense for Lamar. Trying to maybe draw him off sides. And now Hoover may drop back and try to punt it. And it's going to be a handoff to Mars. Mars going to lower his shoulder. He's got to get to the 35-yard line. Forward progress is right there at it.
I think they're marking it 35.
The far side judge has got it right there on the yard to gain. And it's going to be close. He had to get to the 35. He's right at first down. They call the first down immediately. They don't even measure it. I'm sure Coach Beshore is going to want to measure it.
And Coach Beshore is saying this near side judge had it at the 34.
But the near side judge doesn't have the angle. The far side judge was actually closer to the play.
Yeah. A big play there for the Indians. You need 3, and you get exactly it. A gutsy call by Seneca to go for it on 4th down, deep in your territory.
9:15 to go here in the third quarter. Seneca leading 14-7. Hoover, shotgun. He's going to play action. He's going to look to pass. He's got Hearn open, and he's going to incomplete pass. A lot of contact as that ball was in the air, but just good coverage as the man deep downfield on the coverage. I believe that's number 22 for Lamar, Ori Jones.
Also had Ian Googie down there as well. It looked like they
that was
may
a
have
well-placed
had,
ball.
It was. It looked like they may have had his arm a little bit, so he couldn't get the second hand out.
And that was one of those he probably couldn't see because they're step for step with each other. That was just really good pass coverage, honestly.
And Seneca, you got to go quick here because you got 10 on the play clock, and you're just getting the play in, and you don't want to burn a second time out 3 minutes into the third quarter.
4-3. Seneca hurrying to the line. Hoover, shotgun, empty set. Going to look to pass. He's going to throw the out route. That's going to be caught by Skelton. He's going to get hit immediately by Googie. Forward progress has him up to about the 41-yard line. And that's a long throw to the far side of the field. Ball placed at the 41, so pick up about 6 on the play. They're finding Skelton tonight quite a bit.
And that was a good throw, like you said, and he did a good job of catching it because he got hit right away. And now it makes it 3rd down and manageable, 3rd down and short 4, long 5.
Well, that last play clock really wound down quickly, didn't it? It seems like this one, it seems like about the same amount of time has elapsed, and Seneca's still got 12 seconds left in the play clock as they break the huddle. Trips to the far side this time for Seneca, just Jackson Mars to the right of Hoover. And it's going to be a handoff to Mars up the middle. He's lowered his shoulder at the 40, diving forward to about the 42-yard line, just a pickup of 1 on the play.
Well, it's 4th and 3 again. They went for it last time on 4th and 3, and you're even further in your own territory. Looks like they're going to go for it one more time here in the third quarter.
Mars is picking up 1 yard on that play. Morgan Vaughn checks back in for the Indians. 7:56 to go here in the third quarter. Seneca leading 14-7.
You have a whole lot of trust in your defense if you don't get it here. Watch Vaughn slip out.
2 receivers on the near side. Going to send Altic in motion, and there's a penalty flag.
And now
illegal procedure against the Indians.
I think that makes your decision a whole lot easier because somebody false started. So now you're going to punt the football.
That came from the referee. The coaches on the near sideline were yelling for that, and the referee, the near side judge didn't call it, but the referee did. That's going to march him back to the 37.
And now you will see Seneca punt the football here. Well, I say that, but their offense is still out there.
I'm not sure they have a designated punt team.
Well, they punted earlier with Ethan Altic.
Yeah, I was going to say they did have a punt.
We've seen Hoover drop kick as well. 4th down and long to go. 4th down and 8. Hoover, shotgun. Going to look to pass. Looking for the out route. He's going to throw that one. It's caught by Skelton. He beats his man. He's got enough for the first down. Excellent job by Blake Skelton to haul that one in. Great concentration. Ian Googie was on the coverage once again. And an excellently placed ball by Gavin Hoover for the big 4th down completion.
He settled down in the soft spot in the zone, and then he kind of, like a basketball player, guarded it away, and Hoover threw a missile to him for a first down.
I thought he was going to go further downfield, but he threw a missile right to Skelton. He just kind of sat down. 2 receivers on the near side with Olsen and Hearn. This is going to be Skelton. It's going to be a handoff to Mars. Mars going to make a one-man miss. Oh, Vaughn just couldn't quite get there enough to get the block on Nance. He slipped a little bit and wasn't able to get a good block on Nance.
Now, no gain on the play right now. The only thing that's been working for the Indians is their pass offense. This Lamar defense has done a good job of stuffing the run, but when it's mattered most, Seneca has been able to find an open receiver.
We haven't run the jet sweep here this quarter, I don't think.
Trips to the near side this time for the Indians. Altic, Vaughn, and Skelton. Mars to the right of Hoover. And it's going to be Hoover running it to the right side. He's at the 45-40. He's got enough for the first down. Lowers his shoulder at the 37 down to the 35-yard line. Big run by Gavin Hoover. 13-yard pickup, first down and 10.
Straight quarterback run there for Gavin Hoover. First time he's run the ball since late in that first half. And an excellent run by him. Good blocking. They kick out the linebackers and give him enough space for a first down.
Hearn's going to bring the play in from the sideline. 6:22 to go in the third quarter. Seneca leading 14-7.
Other thing it does is they're bleeding the clock here and keeping Lamar's offense off the field.
Receivers to each side this time for Hoover. 4-man front for Lamar. 4-3 look for Lamar this time. Hoover, handoff. No, he's going to look to pass. He's got Skelton open. He makes the connection, and he brings it down. He beats the defender. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Blake Skelton. He did an excellent job coming back to that ball, went up over the top of the two defenders, and made him go past him, and he went into the end zone untouched. Watch it here on your replay.
Yeah, he had him beat there, and then it was a little bit underthrown, but the receiver can come back. Very worst-case scenario, you get a pass interference call on the defense, so a nice job there by Gavin Hoover, and it looks like Seneca going to go for 2 one more time.
Yeah, we've seen our PAT team, and yeah, I think we're just kind of electing to go from 2 from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, really since that first game, it's just been 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
They had a couple tries here and there. Hoover, shotgun formation, going to send Altic in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Altic. They've got that bottled up quickly as Trace Woldridge drops him down in his tracks. 2-point conversion attempt, no good. 20-7 your score with 5:59 to go here in the third quarter on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Hard work, dedication, and teamwork are vital to building a championship team. Those are just a few of the many qualities you'll find with the team at Satterley Plumbing, HVAC, and Mechanical Contractors. Since 1892, the Satterley team has been delivering championship service to Joplin and the surrounding area. Satterley is an authorized dealer for quality Lennox products and can keep your home feeling comfortable all year long. For repair or replacement of your current heating and air system, contact the Satterley team today at 417-624-3660 or online at SatterleyPlumbing.com.
Guts there because both those, you were deep in your own territory. They get the conversion, or if they stop them, they take over first down at about the Seneca 30.
Drew Sherwood on to kick for the Indians, trying to give Morgan Vaughn just a little bit of a breather. And it's a short, high end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded by Nance, I believe, at about the 39-yard line, or 29-yard line. That's Kish. Kish is going to get it up to about the 47-yard line, first down and 10 for Lamar. And I believe they're going to stop for a water timeout. We'll step aside for 60 seconds here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 2918 East 20th Street in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
First down and 10, Lamar from their own 46-yard line. Holland's going to have trouble with the snap once again. Roman Miller's going to give chase. He spins out of that one, and then Jace Renfro unable to come up with him, and finally brought down by Caden Klaus deep back in Lamar territory. Good job by the Seneca defense to pounce on that one. Holland had trouble with the snap earlier, and that one he did again, and Seneca's defense able to muster up enough cavalry to get there quickly and stop him for a big loss.
Yeah, looks like 2nd and 19 maybe, Seth?
I think you're right, Ben. Loss of about 9 on the play.
Yeah. And those have been the problems for Lamar this year. When they've had problems, it's problems with the snap.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side.
Watch Googie here on this near side.
Query's on the near side, and that's going to be Hahn taking it to the left side. Now he's just going to bounce around and be stood up by the Seneca Indian defense and drop for another loss. And back on the other side of the 35.
Seneca defense is feeling it right now. That score kind of galvanized them, and I think he lost another 2 yards.
Back to the 35, 3rd down and 21. Now you know it's going to be a passing situation for
unless
Lamar.
You do a quarterback draw.
And he has the ability to do that.
Yeah, as Coach likes to say,
mobile.
you need to keep everybody inside of you. You got to maintain your edge.
Yeah, do not let anybody over the top of you.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. And it's going to be a reverse to Sheet. Sheet's going to come upfield. He's got a little bit of a window, and Eli Olson's going to pick him up and drop him right at the 41-yard line, back at the original line of scrimmage. No, not even to the original line of scrimmage, excuse me. The original line of scrimmage is at the 46, getting up to the 41-yard line.
So it should be about 4th and about 15 here.
And that was Sheet on that carry.
And that big drive by Seneca to start the second half, Seth, they wasted about 6 minutes off the clock. Got to watch a fake punt here, 4th and 15. But now a 3-and-out here for Lamar.
And Query's going to give a low end-over-end kick that bounces down at the 33 and takes a Lamar roll all the way down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be down at the 9. Seneca will have it 1st down 10 with 3:50 go here in the 3rd quarter.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening. When you're this far in your own territory, you want to run the football, but running the football has not been successful for you.
You say that, Ben. We've got 144 yards on the ground.
I mean, they've had a hard time running throughout the night.
Big chunk yardage.
Yeah, we just made a 4th and 3 a while ago, right up the middle. I thought that was huge.
Yeah.
Vaughn talking to Hearn on the outside. Altic on the outside.
Watch a jet sweep here.
Altic's going to go from near side to far side. Hoover going to look to pass. Throwing the home run ball to Hearn. Hearn's going to come back for it. It's going to incomplete off the helmet, as that one just hung up in the air just a little bit too long. It was on the money, just a little too much air underneath it.
And 2 defenders there for Lamar as well, as Coach Hilburn wanted one of those guys getting there a little too soon, but I think that was a pretty good play by the Lamar defender.
I think you're right, Ben. I think those guys were step for step with him, and incidental contact is going to happen when you're step for step. It's one of those where you just come blatantly running into a guy.
Yeah, he had the cornerback beat, but the safety got back there and stuck his arm up there and knocked the ball over.
Now Lamar going to a 3-man front, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Hoover's going to look to throw. Now it's going to be a quarterback draw. He's going to get to the right side. He's at the 11-yard line, 15-20, and he stumbles and falls forward, but not before he can have a 1st down. Good run by Gavin Hoover on the design quarterback draw to get up to the 24-yard line.
You let those edge rushers get past you, and they think it's going to be a pass, and all that's left is the linebacker to beat, and Hoover did a good job of juking him and getting enough for a 1st down. And right now, Seneca, obviously you want to contain and maintain the drives, but you're milking the clock as well, not giving Lamar as many chances to get the ball back.
Hagen Ginger checks back in, coming in limping on that left ankle gingerly. Hagen, I did not mean to do that, man. Gingerly on the left ankle. Trips to the far side. Hand off to Mars. Mars dancing around. He's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage by Chase Woolridge and Rourke Dillon. And maybe a loss of a play with Sailor Marcus Ford progress.
Yeah, it looks like a loss of 1.
I'm not sure we picked any linebacker up on that play.
Or linemen. Linemen were the guys busting through and making the play on that one, Coach.
Well, 62 was the one that made it. He's the linebacker.
Big play here for Seneca. Skelton's done a good job of finding soft spots in the zone. He's been Hoover's go-to target
right
here today.
Xavier Romero on him. Hoover going to give the pump fake. Now he's looking to set up the screen to Mars. Mars got 1 man to beat. And coming up to make the play is number 18, Klusman. Klusman drops him just for a gain of 1 on the play to the 25.
Yeah, if he misses him on that play, Mars is going a long ways because he had blockers set up.
You're exactly right, Ben.
We had the center out there.
They just missed the block.
Just missed him.
That Klusman read that just perfectly. And one is able to get around Skelton. He didn't go downfield with Skelton. 2:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca leading 20-7. Trips to the far side this time for Hoover.
Ginger's on this near side by himself.
Hoover takes the snap. Going to look to throw. Gives a pump fake. Now he's going to throw a deep ball. Altic's got to come back to it. He goes out over the top and makes the catch. And it's going to be an offensive pass interference, though, as he pushed off on him. I think it's going to be an offensive pass interference because Altic had to come back to that one and go over the top.
Lamar kid ran into him.
Well, it's going to be.
Oh, no, it's on the defense. It's on Lamar.
It's on Lamar. So the play will stand. A big pass reception.
I apologize.
A big pass reception down to the 35-yard line. You're excited, Ben. That's okay.
No, I had the angle. Lamar kid ran into him, and Altic just put his hands up tight to protect himself, and then went up and made the catch.
Excellent play by Ethan Altic. His first reception on the night goes for 40 yards. Sets up shot first down and 10 on Lamar's 35-yard line. 1:30 to go here in the third quarter.
And Lamar has only had one possession here in the second half.
Receivers to each side for Hoover. Going to send a man in motion. That's Olsen. And there's going to be a penalty flag coming in late as the referee had trouble getting the flag out of his pocket. False start is the call. So I'm marching back 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15.
Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. You know, I hate to say it this way, but right now Seneca has been able to overcome any penalties that they've had. You need to be able to continue to do that.
Ben, I'm just over here rolling my eyes. The commentator's jinx. Come on, Ben. We've been doing this now for a while. Receivers to each side for the Indians. Hoover, play action, winding up. He's got Altic's guy step on Googie, and that ball's going to be just too far for Altic to come down with it. He ran it in almost like a post route, and Hoover threw a little bit too straight downfield.
It almost looked like it went through his hands. It looked like it was a good throw, and he just couldn't get his hands there because his body was going one way and the ball was going the other.
Just a little too far. Seneca Indian Football brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, and Satterley Plumbing, HVAC, and Mechanical. Second down and 15, trips to the near side for Seneca. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. And it's going to be Hoover, designed run to the right side. He's going to get hit by number 23, Della Pena. Della Pena able to wrap him up after about a 2-yard gain on the play. And they'll have to run one more play here in the third quarter. Third and 13 coming up.
Skelton has found the soft spot in the zone. He's proven to be his go-to target. Do you go for a soft spot in the zone, or do you go for the home run ball? Still plenty of time on the play clock for the Indians.
They break the huddle. Receivers to each side. Skelton split out to the near side. He's got Klushman.
One-on-one.
He's got Klushman on top of him. Altic on the far side. Hoover going to look to throw, looking for Skelton. He's going to set down. He's got the reception at the 21, loses his footing, and he leans forward. He's got the first down inside the 20-yard line at about the 18. A 20-yard pickup, first down to 10, Seneca.
One-on-one coverage, mismatch, found him the entire way, and the clock should run.
Once the chains are set, and that'll do it for the third quarter play. We go into the fourth quarter. Seneca leading 27 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
They open the fourth quarter in the red zone. on the Mars 18-yard line. Seneca Indian Football brought tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prelude Maintenance Center, Seneca School District, and SGA Unlimited. 2 receivers to the far side this time for Hoover. Hoover, handoff, Mars. Mars makes a jump cut at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, and he's going to get up to about the 26-yard line. There's 16-yard line. Late flag coming in from the umpire.
After the play.
Maybe a face mask. Well, I think Mars was going down. It may be a face mask or maybe a hold, one of the two.
It was late. It came in
late. It is
late.
a face mask against Lamar.
And that should be an automatic first down.
It's just
a
incidental. 5-yard variety.
But it was first down, so it should be 1st and 5, correct?
We'll just find out.
Well, they're putting the ball at the
11,
so it'd be 1st and 2.
So it should be second down if the play stands, because that's about an 8-yard mark off.
Yes.
So second and 2.
So 2nd and 2.
No, it's during the play.
It's still first down, Seth. 1st and 2.
Yes.
So that's an 8-yard penalty.
1st and 4.
From where the penalty was, it's a 5 yards, and then you maintain the down. So first and 2, 1st and 3.
1st and 3. Let's say 1st and 3. Ball placed at about the 11-yard line. Hoover, shotgun, gonna send Hearn in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Mars to the left side. He lowers his shoulder, gets stood up, still on his feet, fighting for extra yardage, and Jackson Mars is going to have enough for the first down.
Oh.
The first man through, that was a big hit, Coach. That was right in front of you.
Holy cow. We're having a hard time picking up linebackers. He met him right in the hole, bounced off a couple more just to make 2 or 3 yards.
Jackson Mars is going to check out.
And they're gonna measure here to see if it is a first down.
So he got his bell rung on that play, maybe shoulder too. He's kind of dangling his shoulder from on the right side.
It would be 2nd and inches or 1st and goal.
Ball placed at the 8.
To keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. It's gonna be close.
And they've got the place marker set at the 15, awaiting the stretch of the chains.
Oh, we got it.
And it's going to be a first down and goal for Seneca. Ball placed at the 8-yard line. So I'm still confused on this. The ball was placed at the 18-yard line. Mars got about to the 15-yard line. The face mask penalty was at the 16-yard line, and they placed the ball at the 11. So I guess it's a face mask penalty
added on 5 yards.
But he was at the 15 when he went down. That's what I'm struggling to figure out. Either way. First down and goal for Seneca. Ball placed at the 8-yard line with 11:16 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Can you punch it in here? That's the key.
We've been here before and hadn't done it.
Jackson Mars checks back in for the Indian defense. Lamar puts about 10 guys in the box. Hoover going to take off and run to the left side. He's going to lower his shoulder. Makes one man miss. Lowers his shoulder again and finally taken out of bounds by Ian Googie. He's going to get inside the 5. Coach, you got a spot down there for us? That was
right on the 3-yard line, and I don't know how he got here. He bounced off 2 guys just to get to here. He got hit in the backfield, guys.
So we had a 3-yard pickup from Mars a while ago, a 4-yard pickup from Mars a while ago, and then Hoover able to pick up about 5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, we're not sliding off and picking up linebackers.
So face mask penalty proved to be costly on this drive.
But you got to punch it in.
10:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Receivers to each side for Hoover. Hoover's going to send Olsen in motion. And it's going to be Hoover running to the right side. Now he's just going to dive for it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Kyler Nance may have taken a knee to the helmet on that one. No, that's Trace Woolridge. May have taken a knee to the helmet because he's a little slow getting off the turf.
And they couldn't find a way to block him. Do you run a jet sweep on the outside, which right now Lamar is keying off on that.
Well, you saw the 2-point conversion a while ago. They had about 6 guys stand there waiting for Ethan Altig.
I think you got to try and do what you did for your first touchdown, is see if you can get Vaughn in the H-back position and lose him in the wash, set him on that left side, and have him go across, and the linebacker has all that traffic to get through.
3rd down and goal to go from the 3. Hoover, handoff, Mars. Mars going to make one man miss, comes cut back upfield, lowers his shoulder, fighting for extra yardage, and he's going to have it back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 4th down and goal. And now do you pass it?
Yes.
You've taken 2 or 3 shots here.
You've taken 3 shots at the 3, or you had 1 shot at the 8, got it to the 3. You've had 2 shots. You have proven that you can't get it. 4th and goal. I think you passed the football. Where is Blake Skelton? And maybe see if you can find Ginger open on one of those little corner routes.
Trips to the far side this time for the Indians. Mars to the left of Hoover. Hoover looking over to Coach Hilburn, and Coach Hilburn's going to spend a timeout. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. We'll be back with the 4th down play.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Goal from the 2-yard line here in Lamar, Missouri. Empty set for Gavin Hoover. Hoover going to roll out to the left, looking to throw, and he throws the out route. Caught by Ethan Altig. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Ethan Altig, as he hauls it in from 3 yards out. And Seneca extends their lead with 9:28 to go here in the 4th quarter.
What an excellent job there by Altig. He had 2 guys going inside. He goes outside. The defender gets lost in the wash there, and Seneca gets the touchdown.
I've seen a little bit disgruntled about the defensive front 4 up here for Lamar. They're turning around looking at the secondary going, what's wrong?
Yeah, we're doing our job.
Exactly.
And they have been. Lamar's front and first and second level just standing toe-to-toe with Seneca's offensive line. And it's the secondary right now that's getting allowing a lot of the points. It's a jump ball to Hagen Ginger, and he comes down with it at the corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. His first pass reception of the year is a 2-pointer. And Seneca now leads this one 28-7. With 9:28 to go here, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
There were all kinds of people on the Titanic the night it sank, but ultimately every one of them was on one of 2 lists, saved and lost. So is every person on this planet. The Bible says God has given us eternal life in His Son. Whoever has the Son has life. Whoever does not have the Son of God does not have life. Why? Because Jesus gave His life to pay for our sins, so your heaven is in His hands. If you've never placed your life in His hands, call us at 888-NEED-HIM and move from lost to saved.
Seneca leads 28-7 with 9:28 to go here in the 4th quarter. Seneca Indian Football brought to you tonight by 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, and Christian Healthcare Ministries.
That 4th down play, you have trips on the left side. The 2 outside guys run
almost like a screen.
Yeah. You're basically running rub routes. They go inside. He goes outside. That defensive back has to try and wash through all that traffic, and that was a beautiful by Hoover, and Seneca got the touchdown.
You're correct, Ben, except for one thing. They had 4 receivers out here on the left.
We missed one of them?
Mars was lined up as a wing.
Morgan Vaughn's got this one teed up at the 40-yard line. And it's going to be a low end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded by Kish at the 25-yard line. He's trying to get some room to run upfield, and coming up to make the play is Roman Miller. And Kish is still on his feet. He's fighting for everything he has and gets up to about midfield. So Kish hasn't given up on this game, and hopefully he's hoping to give some fire to his fellow teammates.
A nice job by him of just moving the pile, and they have 1st and 10 at the Seneca 49, but I think this is only their 2nd possession of the second half.
Yes, each team has had 2 possessions in the second half
third.
so far.
But, I mean,
no, this will be their 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Seneca has done a good job of milking the clock on both their possessions and got in the end zone, which has been key.
2 receivers to the near side in Sheet and Googie. Query to the far side. Hahn going to look to throw. That's going to be caught by Sheet, and he's going to backpedal, and Brody Probert's just going to jump on top of him, as that was a play that Probert was right there waiting for it.
Yeah, he kind of slipped there on the route. He would have been better off letting that fall incomplete.
Now all the way back to the 47-yard line on the other side of midfield. So 2nd down and about 14. So loss of 4 on a pass play. Second down and 14. Alex Wilkerson checks in. He pump fakes. Now he's going to throw. Brody Probert's got the interception again at the 45-yard line, brought down immediately by Ian Googie. And there are some extracurriculars as the Lamar player stood over the top of Probert. That's Query. No penalty flags thrown. Excellent read. He gave a pump fake, enough time for Probert to retreat and get in the position. Probert, 2 INTs tonight.
Same thing happened there. He's in his zone defense, and he's reading the quarterback's eyes, and he just read it completely. And Seneca 1st and 10, and they are feeling it, and it's not very often that Lamar seems like they're falling apart.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Seth, but number 10 was back there. Quarterback was.
Yes,
Wilkerson
I caught that the last second. Wilkerson checked in at the last second.
And now Lamar is having to do things that they normally don't have to. They have become where they have to throw the football.
8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Seneca leading 28-7. Trips to the far side this time for Hoover. Mars to the left of him. And it's going to be a fake. Hoover winding up, throwing the deep ball. Altick's open. He's got to come back to it, and it's going to be broken up. Excellent pass coverage deep downfield by Romero. Penalty flags are thrown as we'll see who it's on as the referees get together to discuss this. And it looked like Dela Pena was coming up. He was fired up. The play, it was way back behind the play. I was seeing what happened deep downfield.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened either. Seneca is backing up, so we'll see where it's coming from. And it's after the play, and it is on Lamar. And so I think Lamar at this point is getting awful frustrated because this does not happen to this team very often.
And so I give them an automatic first down. Now they're going to call it against the Indians.
No, they changed their mind.
Change it, and that's what I kind of thought. It's not a dead ball, just a personal foul variety. So now it's going to be first down and 25. The initial indication was against Lamar. Now the ball is going to be placed on the 33-yard line. First down and 25.
And both
and
these guys got to be careful if you're Seneca.
That was probably a little carryover from Probert intercepting the ball and Query getting on top of him after he took him down. And you know, things are going to get a little bit chippy when things happen like that. Trips to the near side this time for Seneca. Hoover, shotgun formation, 3 down linemen. Hoover's looked to give the ball that time to Mars, and Hoover's going to be upended, head over, or feet overhead, head over heels, whatever you want to call it. And he just bounces right back off the turf.
Not a bad run there by Hoover. Obviously, you still got a long ways to go, but you're just trying to let the clock bleed as much as possible.
8:15 to go here in this one. 28-7 your lead. Ball placed at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, we got we got a chance to put the game away. This is when Seneca needs to step forward and play good. Right here.
Second down and long. Second down and 19. Trips to the near side. Vaughn, Olson, and Hearn. Mars to the right of Hoover. And it's going to be an option play. It's going to be a pitch to Mars. Mars lowers his shoulder on Googie, and he's wrapped up and taken down. Maybe a loss in the play back up to the 37-yard line.
Now, it looks like a loss of 1 makes it third down and 20, but at this point, you're just wanting the clock to tick as much as possible.
Third down and 21. And, you know, that's the type of plays that Lamar was expecting from Seneca all night tonight, was the option plays.
Yeah.
The option plays to Mars, and they're doing a good job of clogging those plays up and not letting Mars have much of any breathing.
We talk about sometimes you have to let the offense, where passing will let it run. The running game's not working, but passing sure is.
And Seneca's going to
burn their second timeout.
Timeout here. I believe that's their last one.
Oh, that is. You're correct.
That's their last timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back with the third down play right after this.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
.37-yard line, and Seneca. And if you're Lamar, you know you're probably going to see a passing play on this down as there's 7:09 to go in this game. Seneca with a 28-7 lead.
Well, do you potentially run a quarterback draw because everybody's expecting the pass and you let the clock continue to run?
I'd be running the football, making that clock move as fast as could.
Three receivers on the near side. Hoover going to look to throw, and he's just going to wind up and heave it deep downfield. Altic's going to have to come back to it, and he catches it at the 41-yard line, at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Nobody's going to catch Ethan Altic as he goes into the end zone.
There's
a penalty flag all the way back here at the 34-yard line.
Got a flag.
A holding call on Seneca at their own 34.
A holding penalty at their own 34-yard line. And that was a great play by Ethan Altic. I'm not sure what happened. The defender could have had an interception there as well because that ball was well underthrown.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 31 here. The referee called
Maybe
it.
Lamar declines it. They take the play. I'm just kidding. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty all the way back to about the 27-yard line now.
And you need to get to the Lamar 42.
3rd down and 31.
I knew it was a lot. I just didn't know how much.
And
that was a 1st down.
Yeah, he caught the ball at the 41-yard line, so he had the 1st down either way. Hoover had pressure and just had to get rid of it, so had to come from this right side. Now, do you have a 31-yard play?
Well, you could try and do the same thing again.
It's called the quarterback draw. Punt, let the clock run, punt the ball.
That took 12 seconds off the clock, just that penalty, that passing play alone. Seneca breaks the huddle with 10 seconds left on the play clock. 6:57 to go here in this one. Trips to the near side. One receiver to the far side. Hoover. Now it's a quarterback draw. Nance tried to get him, and Hoover just wisely dives down in front of Rourke Dillon. Dillon looking like he was going to just hit him hard, and Hoover did the wise thing of protecting himself and sliding down to the 36.
And it lets the clock continue to run as well. You're going to milk it as much as possible before Altic kicks this one away.
Excuse me, a loss of 1 on the play. He got back to the 26.
Smart decision there by Hoover.
Back deep to receive for Lamar, Query, and Googie. Altic ready for the snap. Good snap. And a high kick. Excellent spiraling kick that Query's going to field. And good job by Lane Scribner to hold off because he looked like he was ready to hit him, but the fair catch was called. It'll be 1st down and 10 with 6:17 to go for Lamar. As Seneca shot themselves in the foot that time with a personal foul and a holding penalty.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. If Lamar can score quick here, Seth, this one isn't close to over.
Yeah.
Because then they can go for an onside kick, and now I think they're calling for a water break.
They are calling for a timeout. We will take a timeout with them. 60 seconds. We'll be right back.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
To go here in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Googie is in at quarterback now, and it's going to be a handoff to Sheet. Sheet trying to get to the outside. Altic's going to come up and trip him up. No, he's going to loot Altic and finally be forced out of bounds by Blake Hearn. Altic came up to make the play, just unable to knock him down. And ball's going to be placed at the 33-yard line.
Lamar got
15 in the play.
Lamar got out of bounds as well, so that stops the clock.
So Sheet takes that handoff. Now you got to watch out for Googie in the backfield just running wild because he is very fast.
Yeah, it looks like Googie is running a wildcat right now because he's the quarterback.
He may be their 4th-string quarterback. 16 is actually their 3rd-string quarterback. He played all of the game last week against Monette. 2 receivers to the far side. Googie's going to send a man in motion. That's going to be Sheet. Googie's going to run the option to the near side. And Caden Klaus is right there as well as Jace Renfro, and he's going to wrap him up and take him down for a big loss.
They had that one read from the very beginning.
Back to the 37-yard line they go on the option play. Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14.
You almost wonder, too, if Googie hung on to it a little,
or
if he got rid of it too
that
quick.
Was excellent. That was excellent option defense by the Indians. You saw Klaus come up and have the pitchman, and you saw, I think it was Renfro that had the quarterback. Logan Kish going to come in now. They've got a goal line formation in. Kish is going to dance around. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down by Dom Brown as well as Brody Probert. And extracurriculars downfield on Roman Miller and number 69. That's Dylan Rourke Dillon. No penalty flags thrown. Ball placed at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play for Kish.
3rd and 9 for the Tigers here, and Seneca going to go heavy, bring in a couple.
2 on, only 1 off.
And Seneca doesn't have a timeout.
That's going to be a penalty flag.
So it makes it 3rd and 4. You don't have a timeout.
That's costly there because you had used all those timeouts in that first half, or the second play of the second half. You used a timeout, and you had to use 2 more.
So it should be 3rd and 4 now. And right now, Lamar, well, they're bringing back in their normal quarter. Well, nope, Sturgill's coming in.
Kish is probably they're just going to run their jumbo set because right now that's what they've got going for him. As Googie's going to check back in, he's probably going to run a wildcat play.
Well, 2 big heavies. One just went off for Lamar. Seneca hasn't changed yet.
Under 5 minutes to go in this one, 28-7 in favor of the Indians.
Seneca
Wishbone formation behind Googie. Googie's going to roll out to the right. Morgan Vaughn unable to get to him. He's still in the pursuit and coming up to make the plays. Brody Probert, an excellent play by the sophomore, takes Googie down, and Googie is slow to get up.
Did he lose a yard or no? It looks like
he got to the 27, so no gain on the play, 4th down and 4. And Googie is slow to get up off that play. He got wrapped up and taken down to the turf hard by, by Brody Probert.
Here's another 4th down wishbone play.
Googie under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Kish. Kish is going to dance around, lowers his shoulder, still fighting for extra yards. Ethan Altick's going to wrap him up and take him down for a gain of 2 on the play, and Seneca will take over on downs. Blake Hearn there as well for the Indians defense. Seneca will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 25.
Unless there's a flag somewhere, but I don't think there is. They're pointing 1st and 10 for Seneca.
4:06 to go on this one. Seneca leading 28-7. Ball placed on their own 25-yard line, so just a 2-yard pickup. Kish ran so hard on that play and he was bouncing off defenders everywhere, just couldn't get shake free. Receiver to the far side is Skelton. Receiver on the near side is Altick. 4:06 to go on this one. Seneca leading 28-7. Hoover shotgun. Handoff. Mars to the left side. Blocker set up in front of him, lowers his shoulder. Now he's just going to dive down and get down on the turf. Keep the clock running.
Lamar does have all 3 timeouts if they feel like using any of them. Only a gain of 1 on the play, maybe 2.
So Mars able to get to the 27-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
But the big thing here is you're letting the clock wind.
Keeping the clock moving. They break the huddle with about 15 seconds left. Now you don't want to get them up on the ball too quickly and make them stand there.
Yeah, sit there for a while.
Trips to the near side. Skelton, Hearn, and Vaughn. Mars to the right of Hoover, and they're going to sit there and make it wind all the way down. Hoover now ready to take the snap with 4 seconds left on the play clock. And it's going to be Mars to the left side, lowers his shoulder. Powell gets pushed forward to about the 30-yard line. A pick up a 3 on the play, 3rd down and 5.
Just let the clock wind here. If you're the Indians, try and see. You could see a jet sweep here to the outside and try and get the 1st down.
3 minutes to go in this one. Seneca leading 28-7. 3rd down and 5 for the Indians on their own 30-yard line. Trips to the far side this time for Seneca. 4-3 look for Lamar.
And they're going to let the play clock wind here.
And now they're going to a 4-4 look is Lamar. And that's going to be Hoover, design quarterback run to the right. He's going to dance around. Now he's just going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not able to do so. He's going to be down about the 29-yard line. A loss of 1 on the play, 4th down and 6.
Did the smart thing, though, of staying in bounds. He fell down before he got pushed out of bounds. And you're letting that clock wind.
So this next play will be taken with under 2 minutes to go in this game.
And right now I'm kind of surprised that B-Shore isn't using any of his 3 timeouts.
Back to punt this one away is Ethan Altick, and back deep to receive, I believe that's going to be Query for Lamar. High spiraling kick that's going to be fair caught by Googie. Googie's going to catch that one at the 44-yard line. Lamar will have it first down and 10 with 2 minutes to go in this game.
Right at their own 44-yard line. This Seneca defense has done an excellent job all second half. And you think about it here, Seth. It was 14-7 that first drive of the second half. 3 fourth down conversions. 1 a 4th and 3. A second one, a 4th and 7. I think there was another 4th and goal. 3 fourth down conversions, and that just kind of sucked the life out of this building.
Now their third string quarterback comes in, Trent Torbeck. And it's going to be a handoff to Sheets. Sheets able to get to the outside, and coming up to make the plays, Ethan Altick. A great job by Altick. Good form tack on the outside for Altick. I think he may have kept him in bounds. Now they say they got out of bounds.
They stopped the clock.
So stopping the clock at 50.
Nope, now they're winding it. There you go.
A second down and 4 coming up for Lamar. Back on the ball now.
And right now, all that's working for them is that Wildcat.
Torbeck in shotgun formation. Handoff's going to be inside handoff to Sturgill. Sturgill's got a little bit of a gap, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down by Roman Miller. He's got enough for the first down, so the clock will stop momentarily at 1:31, and a wind once the chains are set. Ball placed at the 42-yard line. A pickup of 8 for Sturgill on the play.
Seneca try and keep them out of the end zone here because weird things have happened. They proved that in the Reed Spring game last year.
Torbeck played quarterback, I think, most of the game last week for Lamar. 2 wing backs. Torbeck going to look to throw. And he's going to throw it over the middle, almost intercepted, and a great hit coming up to hold on to the ball. Logan Kiss, excellent job by Logan Kiss to hold on that because Ethan Altick was right there.
And it's a first down. Looks like he got 11 on the play.
Up to the 31-yard line. First down and 10.
It's been a while since Lamar's been in this position.
11-yard pickup for them on that play. Kish with the reception of 11 yards. And there's another pass completion over the middle to Query.
And they're just finding the soft spot in the Seneca zone
able to
right
get to the
now.
11-yard pickup as well.
It is a first down. Until the chains get set, they will stop the clock.
Yeah, linebackers got to learn to back off and get underneath them.
45 seconds to go in this one by the time the next ball is snapped into play. Torbeck going to look to throw. Looking for the quick hitter now. It's going to be caught by Eli Googie. Still on his feet. No, that's going to be Klusman. Klusman finds his way to the end zone. He fought for every inch of that one. Adam Klusman with the passing reception for a touchdown from 20 yards out from Torbeck. Seneca going zone. They don't do a whole lot of zone, but tonight they have been. And he finds Klusman wide open for 20 yards and the touchdown.
Found the soft spot in the zone. And
just a slant route right over the middle, and it was wide open.
Yeah.
35 seconds to go on this one. Juan Juarez on to attempt the PAT for Lamar.
And he has been pretty automatic.
And he's been automatic, I think, since his freshman year, if I'm not mistaken. Good snap, good hold. Kick is going to go up
and
through. 35 seconds to go. Seneca leads 28-14 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Are you stressed because you don't have enough money or connections to get to where you want to go? Are you frustrated when you see your friends climbing the corporate ladder? Do you have too many bills and not enough income? Well, there is a person who understands exactly what you're going through, and the best part is, he wants to help you. That person is Jesus. Learn more. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
35 seconds to go on this one. Lamar on with their kicking unit.
Hands team
coming on for Seneca. As Query's going to tee this one up. Stick around for the post-game show immediately following this game. And we will break down tonight's action for you. We'll have the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn, as well. Back deep to receive, Ethan Altick and Jackson Mars. Hands team on for the Indians. And it's going to be a squibber that's going to go through the first line, and Jackson Mars is going to come up and field it, and he's going to take a knee at the 27-yard line.
Lamar still does have all 3 timeouts if they want to use them.
First down and 10. Well, a couple kneel downs will timeout.
Yeah, so I think you have to run the football because they can call timeouts here if they want to.
Excuse me. Ball plays at their own 29-yard line.
We'll see what they decide to do here or if they just let it run out. Seneca does look like they're going to kneel it down. We'll see if Lamar decides to call any timeouts.
Hoover takes a snap, takes a knee.
No
and
timeouts.
That's going to do it. So they're going to let this clock wind down, and Seneca moves to 4-0 on the season, coming to Lamar and winning this one 28-14. We'll be back with the postgame show right after this.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
A new era in local sports begins. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is where you'll find all of your local sports information. Join Sports Director Michael Imami and reporters Chaz Wright and Tashina Coleman every night. We cover Little League, high school athletics, Missouri Southern, and Pittsburgh State, along with countless community colleges in the 4 states. We cover it all. So whether you're a Chiefs, Cardinals, Eagles, or Wildcats fan, you won't want to miss the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report.
Hi, this is Jamie Lankford with Lankford Insurance at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, Missouri. My wife Terry and I are proud to serve our local community and support local high school student athletes. Lankford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office or call us at 417-776-LIFE or visit us at www.midaminsurance.com.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Since 1997, First Community Bank has understood the importance of community banking and the many roles we play in empowering our local communities. We were founded on the principle of putting community first. 25 years later, this still holds true because there's value in being part of a community. Each of our neighbors play an integral role. It's why we work really hard to support you. We are proud to continue serving you. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back as Seneca victorious tonight over Lamar Tigers 28-14. Postgame show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District, and both teams coming together for a few words at midfield, and now each team goes to their respective ends for a conversation with their head coaches. And just can't say enough about the effort from this team tonight. Their offensive line just came ready to play because they had such a tough task ahead of them with this front 7 guys from Lamar. And they held their own. Jackson Mars didn't have just run wild. He had a solid game. Gavin Hoover had a solid game. But more importantly, Gavin Hoover making those connections through the air that helped him out so much. And then, defensively, just absolutely outstanding, right where they need to be each time.
7 points given up through about 46 minutes of the 48, and then a kind of garbage time touchdown. But you think about it, 7 points in each half. given up by the Indians. This defense is for real, and they're kind of what Seneca is going to hang their hat on, I think, the rest of the way.
So Seneca coming away victorious tonight, 28-14. We're going to keep it right here because Coach Harbaugh is waiting for them to break down their huddle once they get done with that, and he's going to try to grab a couple different players. I believe he's going to try to grab Gavin Hoover and maybe Probert as well, he told us. But if he can find them in the midst of all those players.
And students.
Students are there down there too. Seneca fans travel well tonight, and they've come to support this Indian ball club, and they did an excellent job with the support to their team.
What a win here for the Indians. It was 28-7 through, I think, most of that end of the fourth quarter there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. If you look.
And, Coach, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and take over. Just
Coach.
let us know. I know he's looking through the massive humanity for Hoover and Probert.
Well, Lamar scored with 30.
He's got Hoover, I see that, and he's got them both. So, Coach, go ahead.
Let me get Brody in here first. Turn around so you can see what they look like. You know, you're not that good looking without the helmet. But anyway, 2 picks, 1 pick 6.
Yes,
How you
sir.
It like right off the bat?
It was awesome. It was a good turnaround point for our team, and it got everyone juiced up, and we were just ready to go from there.
It looked like they thought you was running man-to-man, but you slipped out in the zone, didn't you, in that short shot?
Yep. Yes, sir. I was supposed to play man. I slipped in the zone, got a pick. It is what it is.
And a good return, too, because everybody just loves to hang on to you.
Yes, sir.
That's a good job. Good.
Thank
hey,
you.
let's have a good week of practice, huh?
Yes, sir.
Gavin, come here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the first half, once again, Sketchy, you couldn't find it. I don't know if you could throw it in the ocean that first half.
Oh.
Second half, I'm not sure you missed.
Yeah, I just always come out here with a little bit of nerves, but once I get those shaken off, I'm just fine. Just came out a little nervous a little bit, but I knew I had to get over it if we wanted to win.
I tell you what, that defensive front for Lamar and linebackers, they're tough. And we knew you was going to have to throw the football well for us to win, and you did just exactly that.
Thank you. Yeah, those linebackers, they're big boys. They're aggressive kids, physical kids, just like us. And it was a dogfight. That's why we needed to air it out.
Good job. I'm going to send it back up there so they can interview Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. You just heard from Gavin Hoover tonight, 134 yards through the air. His big targets this evening. Blake Skelton, 5 receptions for 84 yards, had a touchdown, had a couple big fourth down completion receptions as well. Hoover, 134 yards on 18 passing attempts tonight. And so just hats off to that young man stepping up whenever needed to. Coach had that exactly right. I believe Gavin Hoover only completed 2 of 8, maybe 2 of 9 passes in the first half. And second half, I believe he only had 3 incompletions so he was about 6 of 9 in the second half.
That first drive there in the second half kind of set the tone. It was 14-7. You're sitting at 4th and 3 at about your own 24-yard line. You get just enough for a first down. It's 4th and 8 at about your own 38-yard line. Skelton finds the soft spot in the zone, and then it's 4th down and goal, and you find a way to get a completion and get the win here this evening. And I think Coach Cody Hilburn, as he's making his way up here, I think he's going to enjoy this one for maybe 12 hours if we're lucky.
I don't think he'll enjoy it that
And then he's going to go to get on film on Monette for next week.
He's probably going to go home. He's going to enjoy the bus ride home probably, get home and start breaking down for next week's game.
He's probably going to have a hard time falling asleep tonight.
We're going to send it back to the studio for a 3-minute break. We come back. We'll have the head coach of the Seneca Indians, the victorious head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn, right after this.
He's going to catch this one.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
And we welcome you back. Post-game show sponsors tonight, Crowder College and the Seneca School District. I'm here with the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn. First off, congratulations. You guys, boy, really came out ready to play tonight and just defensively put a good effort to come away victorious 28-14.
Yep, I was proud of our defense. We're physical, and that was a huge key when you play a team like Lamar that has a tendency, once they get going, they steamroll you in the run game, and we played a 3-man front, and, you're nervous from Eric about setting in that 3-man front, but our defensive line, held the line of scrimmage and allowed our linebackers to run and make plays.
And then talking about their defense, they had some very big guys up front all the way across their front four, and then their second level, you got Nance flying around making plays. And yeah, they clogged some things up, but more importantly, they gave time. Your offensive line gave time for Gavin Hoover to make plays whenever needed to in that second half.
Yeah, they are good against the run, guys. I mean, I hope we don't see anybody better than that, because they returned all 4 defensive linemen, and they were tough. And then that Mike linebacker's a returning All-State kid, and their safeties are pretty good as well. So we had a hard time, running the football, and luckily for us, I think we have several receivers out there that we're all confident in with matchups we get. And then Gavin did a great job standing in, throwing the football, and we made some plays in the second half.
And Blake Skelton had a couple drops in that first half. Second half, able to put some completions together. One play had to go up over the top of 2 defenders, came down with it, and it was a foot race, a 5-yard foot race to the end zone. But he did a good job of recovering after a couple drops early on that were crucial drops and making the plays when we need to whenever it was a 3rd down or 4th down long situation.
Yeah, we told him at halftime we were coming back to him because they have a really good corner in number 1, and they had made the decision to follow Altick and Hearn and Olsen tonight, and Skelton got probably a little bit better matchup, and we told him at halftime we were going to come back to him, and we did, and he made the plays.
Yeah, they lined up out there, number 18 for Lamar. He was about 5'9", and you got Blake Skelton stepping out there at 6'2", so Skelton get about 5 or 6 inches on the kid. Now, obviously, we don't know how close they are to their actual heights, but Skelton just did a really nice job for you. Now flip it to the defensive side of the football. You talked about how aggressive your guys played. We typically don't see you drop back in a zone, but the big play was the pick 6 by Brody Probert to put you guys at 14 points. Just sat back. Hahn never saw him, never expected him to be there, and Probert caught it and took off to the races.
Talk about a kid that is extremely mentally tough, because he blew a coverage when we jumped to man coverage on a 3rd down, and we were fortunate. And I undressed him on the sideline pretty good. And a lot of kids, have a tendency to crawl in their shell, and he just, yes sir, I mean, yes, sir, and right back out in the very next series and gets a pick. I can't wait to talk about that with our kids, about being mentally tough, being coachable in the moment, and going back out there and making a play. That was huge.
And then he comes back in the second half, another interception as Lamar's trying to find some sort of rhythm. They bring Wilkerson in to play quarterback for a play. And, again, he pump fake. Probert just drops back in the cover and throws right to him.
Yeah, we were mixing coverages in those situations, which I don't really love to do, but Coach Crane and Coach Yoakum, our DB coach, did a tremendous job. And we got 3 days essentially to put in, cover 3 and still be able to jump back into man. And they got it installed enough where I felt comfortable with it and then executed it tonight.
All right, Coach, we're going to let you go. Got an hour trip home, and then you're probably we told off the air before you got up here, we said you're going to enjoy this for about a bus ride home, and then you're going to get to work ready for Monette next week.
That's what I like about our football team is, that's a big win, but I don't think our kids felt great about it. Like they came over and it was immediately, what's next? What's next? So I was sure to tell them, be sure to enjoy it for 2 days, and let's show up and get after it on Monday.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
We're going to send it back to Stu.
There's an attempt by Satan today to spread rumors among Christians of the world, to take text out of context, to break up Christian friendships, to get Christians to accuse each other.
You've probably seen the kinds of problems Billy Graham just described. Maybe you've even been in the middle of some of them. As divisive as those problems can be, the Bible teaches that followers of Jesus Christ can rise above them.
Before Christ left, he had a last meeting with his disciples, and one of the things he said was this: "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another."
That kind of love builds a strong bond between people who love Jesus but might not see eye to eye on everything else.
Let's take this Christian love that God has given us. Let's not let a few misunderstandings and differences divide us.
You can learn more about the unity and peace Jesus wants you to experience by visiting us online, findpeacewithgod.net. That is findpeacewithgod.net, and it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
And welcome back to Lamar, Missouri postgame show. Sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Running through some stats for the Indians tonight. Gavin Hoover was 9 of 18 on the night for 134 yards. Passing completions, Jackson Mars, one passing completion for one reception for 1 yard. Blake Skelton, 5 receptions for 84 yards. Ethan Altic, 2 receptions for 43 yards. He also had a big one, too, that got called back, I believe, is on a holding penalty. And then Morgan Vaughn, 1 reception for 6 yards. On the ground tonight, Hearn, 1 carry for 5 yards. Mars, 21 carries for 43 yards. And tonight, he just had to be that guy. Just had to get enough yards here and there to keep the defense honest and not let everybody sit back in coverage. Gavin Hoover, 14 carries for 72 yards. Morgan Vaughn, 3 carries for 6 yards. And Ethan Altic, 5 carries for 54 yards. So 180 on the ground tonight for the Indians, 134 yards through the air, 314 yards total for the Indians offense tonight. As I close that out, let me bring up the opponent's, offensive numbers. It looks like Cooper Hahn completed 3 passes and out of 7 attempts. He also had an interception thrown as well for 31 yards. And then Alex Wilkerson 0 for 1 with an interception. Tucker Torbeck 3 for 3. And I don't have his numbers added together yet. It looks like he's right at 42 yards tonight. And then as far as receptions for the Tigers 25 for Gugi on 1 reception, Query 2 receptions for 21 yards, Klussman 1 for 20, and Kish 1 for 11. On the ground tonight, Cooper Hahn 14 carries, 29 yards, Sturgill 2 carries for 16 yards, Kish 2 carries for 15 yards, Sturgill 2 carries for 12 yards, and Sheet 5 carries for about 12 yards as well.
And I think the big thing, which I think you were probably getting to, and I may be jumping the gun, Seth, is time of possession there in the second half. You know, Seneca had the ball there in the second half. I think it was the first drive. Took about 6 minutes. They then force a 3-and-out by Lamar. That took Lamar less than a minute. And then they get the ball back and drive down again. So those are kind of some big plays that maybe don't show up in the stat sheet, but those are big plays regardless.
So 169 yards total tonight for Lamar. My math was incorrect. I showed Coach Hilburn a while ago. They had him under 100, but I didn't have all my numbers in there just yet. But 169 yards total tonight for Lamar's offense. Time of possession that second half, Lamar just 6 minutes, 29 seconds for Seneca, 17 minutes, 31 seconds for the game. Seneca 30 minutes, 15 seconds, and Lamar 17 minutes and 45 seconds. Seneca running 63 plays, Lamar running 39 plays tonight. That's going to wrap things up for the post-game show. When we come back, we'll have the Final Drive Scoreboard Show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Let's run through some COC scoreboard action for you tonight. Third quarter score, Willard over Ozark, 25-23. Is close one there. Nixa all over Branson tonight, 41-3. That is a final. Carthage getting their first victory on the season, 41-28 over Carl Junction tonight. Republic bounces back after losing to Webb City at home over Neosho tonight. Republic over to Neosho, 56-21. And Webb City victorious tonight over Joplin, 38-21.
Other Big 8 scores for you here this evening. Cassville beats East Newton 22-6. Mount Vernon survives Logan Rogersville 21-14. Reed Spring all over Hollister 42-12. Aurora blanks Springfield Catholic 32-0. Nevada over Mack County 34-7, which if things continue to go that way, that could be an interesting Week 9 matchup with Nevada. And Marshfield beats Monette 21-13.
And if you remember, I think you told us at halftime it was actually a really close game between Reeds and Hollister.
Yeah, it was like 14-12 or something. And so Reeds kind of got things rolling there in the second half.
Looking over to the Ozark Conference now. West Plains over Rolla 42-7. That's a third quarter check there. Bolivar having trouble with Lebanon rolling tonight 56-13. Both teams came into that undefeated. That's probably going to be your conference championship game there in the Ozark Conference. And Camdenton over Parkview tonight rolling 56-7. Rolling over to the Southwest Conference, Ash Grove over Pierce City 12-0 at the half. Diamond over Miller tonight 26-7. That's a final. Marionville moves on and they win 35-6 tonight over Central. And Sarcoxy edges out Stockton tonight by a score of 24-22.
And there was one Ozark score from last night. Glendale and Hillcrest met each other, and Glendale beat Hillcrest 28-6.
We're going to send it back to the studio. When we come back, we will have the rest of the Final Drive Scoreboard Show moving over into Oklahoma and Kansas scores right after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
So sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Moving to Oklahoma, Quapaw over Northeast 31-0. That's a second quarter score. Miami over Dewey 34-0 tonight, and Wagner over Grove 35-14.
In the SEK, as we move over into Kansas, Tonganoxie is beating Chanute 28-14 in the third quarter. Field Kinley is all over Columbus. That's a final 42-12. Parsons beats Iola 21-12. And Fort Scott in a defensive shootout beats Independence 14-6.
In the CNC Conference, Girard over Galena 38-0. St. Mary's Colgan over Riverton 35-0. Frontenac over Bishop Ward 42-26. And Baxter Springs over Afton 27-12.
And I just lost my scoreboard.
That's okay. I've got you. Independent and 8-man scores. Libero over College Heights in the fourth quarter, 46-34. Drexel over Jasper tonight, 58-12. And Pittsburgh over Labette County, 45-6 tonight. And Lockwood over Greenfield, 62-38. Special thank you to Daniel Moore for getting us our scoreboard updates all throughout the night. Make sure you download that KNEO app. You can find the scoreboard show there, and you can also tune in and listen to us if you want to on the KNEO app as well. Special thank you to Gina White for keeping us all in check and in line and on time tonight back at the studios in Neo Show. For Daniel, for Gina, for Coach Harbaugh, for Ben Wolcott, I'm Seth Wilson saying so long from Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium in Lamar, Missouri. Again, your Indians victorious tonight, 28-14 over the Lamar Tigers.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach